جبهة الخلاص، لكن احنا دارين تأسيس بتاع الدولة. وليه احنا شايلين سلاح؟ لأننا شايفين الحكومة ده ما بيؤمن إلا بشنو؟ بصوت السلاح، وهم بيقولوها علنا. حتى احنا بننظر للناس اللي بيشوفوا على اساس انه احنا نمشي يعني هم دارين يجيبوا حق بتاعتهم بالبراءه. احنا شايفين يا هون ناس قد كان هنا بيسالوا الناس بيقول انتوا هتنفصلوا كيف؟ ورونا رجاله بتاعكم. ولغايه النهارده انا عارفين على اساس انه الشعب بتاعت الجنوب هم الاغلبيه العظمى منه بيحترم بعض، الا فئه قليله جدا جدا. عشان كده الفئه ده النهارده صوتهم عالي لانه هم كن الحكم وهم مقررين وكده. لكن بالتاكيد احنا هندي كل ذو حق حقه. اول حاجه بعد كده الدار يدخل سياسي، الدار يدخل في التجاره، الدار يدخل زارع، الدار يعمل شنو؟ يعيش حياه بتاعته في جنوب السودان وهو في امان. ده الحاجه اللي احنا متساعدين عليه، هو تكوين او تاسيس بتاعت الدوله. شكرا.
Thank you. Well, طبعا ده رأيكم، لكن still في أسئلة. I don't know if I can ask, but let me hear McCartney first. McCartney, brother, go ahead. You didn't speak at all, so I want to hear your voice. What do you think? And you got time as a moderator also. I appreciate you for your patience. He's supposed to speak earlier. CPI too. Thank God you're here. Also, if you're موجود, please عمل a blink so we can give you a chance after McCartney also. And I will respond later to Uncle Stanley. McCartney, go ahead. CPI press blink عشان نعرف انت موجود. I see you there. McCartney, go ahead, please. Unmute yourself.
McCartney said he's busy, but earlier he said that, and he said he can come in if he's ready. I think CPI can go. Someone else. Thank you.
Okay, brother CPI, go ahead, comrade.
Let me enter there.
Go ahead. اتفضل. Okay, CPI manager, so go ahead. I know, Uncle Nomura, go ahead.
1 minute only.
No problem, go ahead, feel free.
Okay, please, party is near you. You people have to be very serious in the issue of the Equatoria. Because Equatoria needs to be a land of its people, not people that is coming from there, and join us without our elites. We want people who we know they are people, not cows, not anything else. Take care yourselves.
Thank you.
We have in the Sabbath. They have the road. Sabbath have the road. It is with him. He knows where to create this road. So you take care of people, and we want our land to be our land.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I see.
This wall and this wall is Nas there.
Nas Munu?
Nas مش في ناس
جماعة الخاص يا National Salvation Front. عندما تقول ناس أنت قاعد تقول ناس أنا قاعد نقول ده أنا ناس. But go ahead. Yeah.
برا الناس بالعربي طبعا يا جبل خلاص. أنا بسأل إنه هم بودي يتكلم إنه عنده مبادئ وكلم عن إنه في مبادئ. أنا ما أعرف إذا المبادئ ده تم توقيع عليه من طرفين من الحكومة وهم ولا لسه. ده حاجة اللي أنا سأله.
Sorry, repeat your question. I didn't hear it clearly, so I can also.
وقال عنده مبادئ إلى مبادئ يعني principle of the.
Oh yes.
هل both of them with government هم نعمل توقيع للكلام ده؟
وبعدين سؤال ثاني في راس ده is ونس about building professional forces and security as a prerequisite. I believe this is to secure, to guarantee safety can Now, how long is it going to take to build good professional armies Alma tribal in Mukbi town. How long is that project really going to take to build such kind of an army out of those people? Thank you.
ايوه شكرا اولا بالنسبه لبرادر منان طبعا في بنود كثير احنا خدناها من ضمن البنود بتاعت الاتفاقيه اتفقنا في معظمها الا 4 بنود الحكومه رفضت انها تقبل باعلان مبادئ بتاعتهم وده يمكن من السبب اللي خلانا لغايه اليوم النهارده ما وصلنا معاهم للاتفاق وعشان ما وصلنا معاهم للاتفاق حتى الاتفاقيه اللي وقعناها معاهم اللي هم بتاعت شنو بتاعت cessation of hostilities انهار واحنا بقينا في شنو في مناهره ما بعد لان cessation of hostilities عندنا ما معناه وقف اطلاق النار ده cessation of hostilities عشان كان الناس توصل لاتفاق وتقدر تتكلم مع بعض لكن الحكومه باين ما داير اولا الحكومه ما داير موضوع بتاع تكوين برلمان جديد هم بيعتقد على اساس انه لو في اي يعني في اي انتخابات ولا كده ولا في اي دستور دارين يعملوا هم عندهم ناس هناك برلمانيين 500 وكم ما اعرف نازل يبارك الكلام وطبعا انا بنعتقد على اساس ان النازل ما منتخبين من الشعب بس يعني they are hired and anyone who is hired would definitely be working for the hirer. فاحنا ما اتفقنا في كل مبادئ يعني لو كنا اتفقنا في المبادئ كله كنا النهارده جلسنا في محادثات بتاعت السلام. اما بالنسبه لاخوي سباتا احنا بنؤمن في جبهه الخلاص على اساس ان لو في الناس داير تعمل حاجه كويس ممكن الحاجه دي يتعمل والدليل القاطع يعني بموضوع بتاع التكوين يعني جيش وطني القائد توماس ادانا اكزامبل على اساس انه وقت هو في شرق السودان جابوا له ناس من اماكن مختلفه وكان الناس كل واحد قاعد مع اخوه وقاعد مع اخته وشنو في الجيش هو جاب يعني اكثر من 4000 جيش هو جابهم وفي ما فيش زمن قال لهم على اساس احنا لو قاعدين كده كقبائل او كاهل وكده الكلام ده ما بيودينا لاي حرب يعني ناجح واحنا كلنا هنخلص. اولا كان كتيبه عملوه من قبيله واحد لو لا قدر الله جاء حاجه ممكن ينهوا كله ايه اللي هو عمله ببساطه خالص قال الناس كله خليه يتجمع على حسب اماكن بتاعتهم وكون افراد من القبائل الموجوده وكون سريات وكون كتائب يعني في ما فيش وقت اقل من سنه ومن كانوا جاهزين لشنو لانهم يحاربوا خرطوم لغايه وصلوا في كسله ووصلوا في المناطق ده. فعندنا ايمان على اساس انه الشعب بتاع جنوب السودان
معلش there is a difference between Itagit trained forces Algiro Ashakil as rebels and training professional armies Algiro Amsuku nation. These are two different things altogether.
Yes, no, they are not different because when there is a will أكيد طبعا الخطة بتاعنا على أساس إنه نشوف الدولة ده عاوزين فيه كم 1000 جيش وطني ويقسموها على الولايات وحتى في الولايات يقسموها على قيام ويكون في نظام بتاعت الناس يتقدم فيهم ويعملوا سكرينينج بتاعت صحة ويعمل سكرينينج بتاعت تعليم ويعمل الكلام ده وبعدين يجيبون في التدريب. لو أخذ 3 سنة لو قلنا داير 5 سنة مش أخر لنا بدل ما هسه إحنا جارين نفسنا في حرب كده لا ما عنده نهاية.
time بتاعك بس انا اقول لك ستانلي كلامك ده wishful thinking. All I could say, all these things that سياسيين بتاع opposition what I see from this is the way to machine ببرنامج ده صراحة ده wishful thinking. لأنه نحن
the way forward. معلش انت زي ما انت قلت wishful thinking قول للشعب في الغرفة بتاعك.
The right way, if you want it, we tell you straightforward, is going out, because there's nothing else in this country. انتوا قاعدين تتكلموا لما البلد ده جات كونت ناس صوتوا كان صوتنا باسم تاع جنوب السودان ما صوتنا عشان نجيب ميليشيات. معظم الميليشيات تاع الحركه الشعبيه كانوا منقسمين بدايه قبل ما يدخلوا في البلد. Remember, they were all militia coming in. The same militia are recycled time and time. It to hustle, then down with the same thing, recycling through every situation. جيبوا militia تانية تقولوا then this is the way. First of all, عشان تتكلم في حاجة بتاع قال يا أخي screening وحاجات حاجة ما سهل. Did you guys calculate the whole thing from even the budget, the way how you're going to do it? أنتوا بس قاعد تتكلم في حاجة لأنه already European giving you this idea that you need to implement it, but you guys mostly don't even know what to do. حتى في negotiation have to be European in front of you عشان يوريكم يوجهكم يا طريق تقدر تمشي فوقه. Because we have seen it. في meetings تلكم ده. No ده ما إهانة. بس أنا قاعد نقول صراحة دقيقة. أنت ممكن تاخذ ده إهانة. ما لأنه شنو كان بعدين قاعد نوريك أنتوا نفس الحركة الشعبية. Now you separate from حركة الشعبية بقيت to militia تقول to opposition. What is the difference? What the sense هنا؟ انتوا ما جايين لنا بقضيه، جايين لنا بموضوع انه انتوا عاوزين تناقشوا موضوع الموت. وانا سمعت كلام بتاع اخونا هنا ده I forgot his name كمان يا اخي Dominic system devolution of power national army شنو هناك حاجات ده كله. This thing was supposed to be done لما هم كانوا جزء من الحركه الشعبيه وقت ده ببدايه التكوين الدوله. CPA ده كان واضح. هسه ذاته هو قال قبلك CPA هسه حاجه قاعد يمشي في جنوب السودان عنده علاقه مع the same way كان CPA ماشي فوقه. هم كانوا عارفين الكلام ده. why are they doing the same behavior بتاع CPA again؟ لانه حاجات ده كله كان خطوه في CPA مواضيع ده كله and then they failed to apply it. هم جابوا ميليشيات 2 قبيله بس مسك البلد ده وده حاجه لسه هنا مارين فوق. هسه استوائيه انتوا قال بالسياسيين هسه موجودين اكتريتهم من على النيل. انتوا بتقدروا تلعبوا دور؟ No I don't think so. انتوا كان قاعد تفكروا قاعد تلعبوا دور؟ اوكي good luck. لكن انا بقول ده wishful thinking to you guys because حتى السياسيين ما عندنا قدرات عسكريا ما عندنا قدرات لانه حتى القوه ما في. فتفضل. I see somebody blinking. Go ahead if you want to say something.
Yeah, just an observation only.
Odessa.
Yeah.
Certainly, if you want a country, please hold Sabat. If you want a country, hold Sabat very strongly, and then you can see. Don't worry about the rest. You can see.
Yes, I understand, my brother. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying, like, al-mawdu to create a nation is a project, and it's a project that need all the minds, and that's why we don't have any problem in that. But what I'm saying is that the opposition are actually wasting our time, wasting the people that like Mafi. Hatta regime already, they have been, Yahi is a troika already working with them. Troika right now in the statement, Hatta Hadas and Amasimi standing, what did he think about the troika? Troika statement. Do you agree with that statement? Do you think that statement is strong to Idan al-Nizam, wala who challenging the Nizam, wala what is it? Again, I never heard. I want to hear from you, Stanley, before Manon, sorry. What is your thoughts in this troika, this statement? Anna Shafi, opposition are claiming this is actually a great move for the troika, but I don't see it because before yesterday when I was hearing it, I was just shocked. So can you tell me what is your thoughts in that?
I think when I started my words, I said it clearly that we in NAS, we don't rely on troika, we don't rely on the neighbors, we don't rely on the international community. If the South Sudanese people don't exert the enough pressure that will draw the attention of the world, nothing good can come to South Sudanese. This is what we need to know, sincerely. But when we say that we are waiting to see what Troika says, no. Troika will only say something because the world stands by the strong. They believe that Salva Kiir is in power and can make control of the South Sudanese. they will always stand with Salva Kiir. And when they see the people of South Sudan become stronger enough to the extent that they are going to push Salva Kiir away, this is where they will come to side by you. And it is why we in National Salvation, we are asking the people of South Sudan to come together and be strong and make one call. Because if there is any wishful thoughts, it is the thought that we can separate out of Sudan while Salva Kiir with his tribal government has controlled all our borders, all our states and all this, and they are asking us that if you are a man, show us how you are going to separate. If we are talking of separation here and we don't have the looking that we are under control, this is the wishful thought. But what we are talking here are realities. The facts that if we put into action, it will lead us to there. When the South Sudanese all come together as a power, they can do what you will not call a wishful thought, my brother. Thank you, or my son.
تفضل brother. انا بس انا
دقيقة أنا في حاجة ده نقول هنا لأخوي اللي كان كلام قبل شوية تسامعني كويس؟
واضح جدا واضح تفضل.
يا أخوي ده نقول حاجة بسيطة حاجة ده نقول لك وتيسو وناس السبرتيز كله ما كل الناس هيتابعوكم. الحق ده ناس بتوع قاعد يكون بسيط لكن الجوط والكبكبة الناس بتوع بيكون كتير. عندنا أوريكم حاجة. If you guys really plan for Equatorian separation, عشان سفرة Equatorian ده ينتهي وتتقعدوا براكم, you need action. كلام اللي كلامتو سنة كامل ده يا أوتيسو كله سميناه كويس. ما في حاجة كافوكو. لكن you need action, my brother. الناس ده عصبي ننجموا معاك كده شانيتا you didn't show action. عليك الله إن شاء الله يتبارك. وده separatist show action إنه أنا separatist. الكلام عشان كده الناس حتى أنا أقول الجا كلام هسه قاعد يقول لكم كلام كوندا زي كلام ساكت لأنه في جنوب السودان action speak louder. أنا قلت لكم قبل نوير have been destroyed and نوير failed. ويتلو ما عملت يساقط إن separatists بعملوا destroy inside مش outside. وكم بتأكيد ما أسمعني وجين كانسل of elders بعمل destroy من in ما بعمل destroy outside. ولو دايرين يعملوا لك مشكله بعمل لك ببدو لك بقرانك عشان يكسروا قرانك اول. فعشان كده انا وصيه بتاعي لنا سبراتيست to say if you mean it. وانا بعرف اقول سباتا انا شفت علم بتاعه زي بتاع سبراتيست لكن انا ما بتاع سبراتيست اللي بتاعه برا وانا ما اعرف. لكن ده اقول سباتا انا اعرف له كلمه وانا عارف اقول تيسو لو باقي الناس تلمتوا نفسكم كايكوتوريان سبراتيست كم نفر 10 نفر and you do the action will speak louder than كلام. فكلام بتاع أخوي لسه بتاع الناس أنا ما ده نارجع يا أخوي بتاع الناس ما ده نارجع لكن ده نقول لك حاجة بسيط نحن كلنا معارضين برا لكن الكلام بدون أكشن ما بيمشي قدام. شو زمان انتوا قاعدين فوق في إكواتوريا انتوا ما مسكتوا ولا مدينة واحد. أنا ما ده نارجع لكن ده نقول لك حقيقة ما في مدينة واحد ولا توريد ولا وين ولا كيجي ولا وين تمسكتوا انتوا كده ولا قولوا بانفسكم انتوا ناس بتاعنا لانه يا ما هذا المصلح براكم في إكواتوريا المفروض تمسكوا معل ان شاء الله كانت تمسكوا قرية صغير كان كويس. انا سنين نقدر نشجعكم كويس نقول والله ناس بتاع ناس شغالين كويس لكن يا جماعه حقيقة ده مرافقنا يا جماعه ده ما ده له هزار. انتوا موفمنت قوي وعندكم جيش لكن ليه ما قبضوا مدينة واحد عشان تقعدوا فوق. زمان ناس فيها ليه كان عنده ناصر قبض ناصر في مالارو قبضوا وقبض توريد كريتوا ناس كان بدلنا مع الواحد بس عندنا نطلب منكم الكلام ده يا اخوي بتاع الناس ده اقبضوا مع الواحد بس لنا ما دايرين تقبضوا إكواتوريا كله كده اقبضوا لنا مع الواحد اقبضوا توريد بس لو ما دايرين توريد مش اقبضوا كيجي اقبضوا مع الواحد بس كده اقعدوا فوق نعرفوا ده مالتا ناس والله انا بنجيب معكم لو تقبضوا مع الواحد هسه في إكواتوريا هسه انا بنجيب معكم. فده كلام لك وشكرا.
Can you say bس then quickly
to catch Equatoria is very simple. The simplest area all over the world to test is Equatoria. But do you know why weapons are not important for us? Because we need the reality of our people. You yourself, you are a South Sudanese. You yourself, whether from Equatoria or not from Equatoria, you are South Sudanese. But we want to hear reality. I swear that country was caught in our presence in 1960 until 1972, because we know what the gun can do, and we know where we can bring the gun to catch that country. Please forget about those. We need the reality of South Sudan, so that our unity can be a unity of people, not a unity of animals.
يا لبري ولا اسمه منو اسمه لبري يا أخوي أنت أنا وريك حاجة بس يونتي تقعد تكلم إنت ماشي جنوب السودان ولا إنت تكلم برا في بس ولا إنت قاعد تكلم برا معنا هنا
أنا مولود هناك أنا مولود هناك وأنا وان
عارف أسا إنت في هناك إنت ماشي تشوف أرضية بتاكل أسا بيت بتاكل ناسا وين بيت بتاكل ناسا في أسا في بيت أرضية تاكل ناسا زمان ده في أسا ولا قطعة باقي بتاعه يا أخوي عندنا وريك حاجة أنا قاعد في جنوب السودان وجيت من جنوب السودان إتلو من إكواتوريا سهي if you don't feel the pain يا إكواتوريا ماشين دو في إكواتوريا هسا وإنت ما شفت بعينك يونتي تقعد تكلم ده ما هتكلم به ده أنا وريك حاجة يا أخوي إتلو سهي إكواتوريا سهي عندك هات في إكواتوريا أمشي زور أقطع تذكرة بكرة أمشي أنزل في إكواتوريا من مطار إنت بترجع إتلو عندك قلب بتاع إكواتوريا سهي ترجع من المطار وشكرا.
Thank you. Lemudi.
No, let me tell him.
This one kind of understanding very clear.
No, let me tell him that in 1997, I opened a company in my area. That company was called Agriculture Project, and that company worked until 2007. I closed it because the system is not good. The system, I was there until 2007. I was paying 200 to 25 people every day to work for one pedan. The system is not good. That's
the system there.
If you want to, or you don't want.
My whole guy collect it. I should take Sudan recently because that time and this time is different. Deng Dong is saying this because there's something changed. Asa ina gani kalaman there is occupation. Hatta occupation da this is a term we use clearly as a separatist because this is not something called land grabbing. Anaganisma opposition in particular NAS they're using that word as if it's like something simple. No, it's not simple. It's a full scale occupation. We get through the Muatinin with Equatoria out of their territory, coming in and settle. The man who come and use excuses as an issue for them to go and make war and settle in the area. What's that issue? The graduation that let me just tell you this is graduation. And the incident between Congo, Uganda, and we plan to talk about it, but I see some other things that I have to do. There is an issue going in East Congo. Right now, South Sudan is invited by these forces to go send them, some of them there. With Akad Kalamda, it will be an access. The Nas de la Shanikerin. Can Nas Masha the hell hina? Let them not talk about us separatists because separatists in the Barnamij Bitana, and I tell this, thank you, my brother Deng. We are not talking. We are doing something behind the scene. It's just that it doesn't show up right now. But then Ligina, yes, there is enemies came in, tried to break us. The enemies of Equatoria. Those who try to create doubt of Equatorian, that Equatoria cannot be Equatoria's nation. After they mocked us, they did anything they did. Like my brother, and you know me very well. I am willing even to do more than anybody else in this. because this is something I believe in it. Because I know when it's your land, nothing else. You have seen those Arab, you fought them. Look at the way how they fight. They're very serious on the fight. They don't care. They will stand. He will stand. And I respected them as enemies. And I've seen other people.
كده دين دقيقتين بس ده انا سالكم اخواني ايكوتوريا بصراحه كده قدام ربنا
انت قاعد تسالني سيبراتيست ايكوتوريان ولا قاعد تسال ناس
لا قاعد اسال ايكوتوريا ان جنرال انتوا ايكوتوريا اخواني واهلي ده انا اوريكم كلام انتوا اسال نفسكم هسه في زول منكم مش شاف كام بتاع اشولي الكامل في يوغندا انه اشولي في محل اسمه مغويدا في اشولي فوق في زول مش شافه منكم عشان you will cry by yourself تقولوا من اشولي you will cry في زول منكم مش شاف ناس مادي هسه ما فيشين في جوا بتاع النوم ده في زول منكم مش شافوا مش صوروا عشان يمشي يشوف سفر بتاع مادي ده قدر شنو بيسافر في يوغندا لانه هو ما يوغنديين بيسافر في جنوب السودان لانه هو ما عندهم لان did you see the سفر بتاع الناس يي يوغندا كلامه هسه في ناس يي بيكلموا في السوشيال ميديا ولا ناس يي اقدر يشوف يي اول حاجه فوق شنو هسه كلامكم كده تمشي كايا ما تشوف كايا ده فوق شنو tambala tiji kalam tiji tugula nene ekotoria ngaje juma sakaya retu gadin fogu bitulimu nufuskum fogu ubagla aradi takum ita kadam shi bara shufu shinu bara ina please my brother Equatorians ma bi illaku lubutu msisisin zaida ito atukulu zainu lakini wer masha Allah bitam and hajar quest fi nuer masha Allah bitam lakini nuer fi nak bitasi una askiria yes mazuri lakini masha Allah wide army لكن عندكم شنو؟ أصلا نفسكم دينكا إندو أنا سفسلكم دينكا إندو حاجة اسمه غلوان وإندو دودبن وإندو ماتيانغانيور واس إندو حاجة ضربتها في بور اسمه كوريوم البغلا الماشي برا بغردا ده نور إندو وايد عامي أصلا ناس ما بلعب قبيلة سكير بس قبيلة سكير مرله إندو كوبرا ناس ما بلعبوا إندو كوبرا شلوك إندو أقولك ناس سلقابة في نادي في بارباغا إندو سلقابة إنتو ناس كتير عندكم شنو؟ لأن لا سبريش اللي بتاع الناس كله ده فوق الناس لكن تيجي نقول شنو كايكوتوريا براكم كده عشان دافع لا نتاكم إنه كنت شنو أصلا نفوس كريم ما قعدوا براكم كده إنه كنت شنو كايكوتوريا خليك من سبريتيز برضو لكن ده كايكوتوريا إنه كنت شنو بعملكم تسعد نفوس كنتوا قبل كده قعدوا براكم كنا سكوتوريا تسعد نفوسنا اللي بيعملكم شنو أرض بتاعكم ده بعملوا شنو يا جماعة خلي كلام حزاب لكن كده صار نفوس كايكوتوريانز
Please teach them teach them sorry to cut you lakini warima lana الناس ما قاعد يسمعونا هم قاعدين يفكروا قاعد يتكلم كلام تاع اطفال
عندكم شروطه كده وارث على نفسه في منو لو خصبه مره في منو بيجور اصلا انت شايف الخصاب اللي كان في جيبه بتاع نوير ما في بلا نوير ما في دينكا بيش بلا نوير اصلا اسمع لك على ذاكر دينكا شاملوا لي ما نوير ما في لانه في واحد عامي شلوك ده ما في بيش بعد في متى شلوك ده شلوك عندهم اقول لك انتوا يا جماعه انتوا كناس كوتوريا بقبائلكم كم 40 ده 43 قبيله ده على كلا جماعه ما عندكم كلمه بس عشان يختصبوها معاكم ويختصبوا اخواتكم ويشيلوا اراضي بتاعكم لسه انتوا قاعدين تقولوا قال احزاب نمشي ورا ناس دارين نمشي ورا منو ده نمشي ورا منو ليه انتوا ما بتكونوا نفوسكم الناس ده هيدا بلم ناس كله بلم حتى انا ممكن بكره نكون من ناس بلم كلنا لكن انتوا عندكم شنو بتاعكم فايب عندكم شنو دينك يا ويندو نوريندو شنو عندكم جبال كلهم انتوا عندكم شنو سالتوا نفوسكم اليوم قاعد براكم مع انفسكم سالتوا نفوسكم خليك من عذاب انتوا تقولوا ديل سبريتيزم لا عندكم شنو بعميكم انت زول ما عندك ملابس انت لو ما عندك ملابس عريان انت بتمشي يوناس تقول ده كويس انت لو تمشي يوناس عريان ما لابس لبس تقول ترقص صحراء تقول ده كويس ناس بيعتبروك شنو ما بترموا بينون اصلا الناس كلها بتعرف في كوتوريا ليش لانه انتوا ما عندكم حاجه بدافعكم لو بيجي الدنيا كلها قالوا كرب ناس بيشيلوا سفيا ما يشيلوكم سفيجات كمان لو قالوا في واحد ما تعمل لكم حاجه واحد اسود اعمل لكم عام اصفر ولا عام ابيض ولا عام اخضر ولا عام احمر يا ما تعمل لكم حاجه يا جماعه يا كوتوريان اعمل لكم حاجه خليك من انت مش رامش وراه هاي وتومس لكن انا بحتاج صار كده اعمل لي نفوسكم براكم جماعه عندكم حاجه بتاع ده ساكر كده يعمل لكم يالكم يا جماعه ويعمل نسوانكم كلام كثير في السوشيال ميديا ما بيهل لكم ولا تقولوا ان ناس انا جيب جنوب السودان وانا كان جنوبيين كل واحد جنوب السودان بتعملوا ما حقنا كلنا
Thank you brother thank you والله كلامك حقيقة وده كلام
are you calling me then Equatorial is the best place all over South Sudan to be captured by
والله أنا uncle Lumude sorry I got that we are not the best place We're not the best place. We are done. We're destroyed.
To be captured by rebels. Equatoria is the best place to be captured by rebels. Not disturb Equatoria.
دقيقة أنا فاهمك بس كده analyze what he's saying. كلام دين he's talking clearly see as Equatorial nationalists, so-called separatists. في ناس سمونا separatists, لكن we call ourselves Equatorial nationalists because we're going to believe in أرض Equatoria. You know what's going on? Deng have noticed it even before he came here to talk. Equatorian bigger bimshu wara ahzab wa ahzab that they are used by the others who want Equatoria to be crippled. You must ask yourself. قال لكم تشدوا حالكم ابنوا حاجة. مش تقول أنا كده. They bigger هنا بيجينا مسخرة. قال like people are laughing. We told you before. But anybody hear us? Everybody looking at trust me, Deng Tong know me. Sabata, I'm telling you, this is something for my heart. I am so angry to the point, maybe my voice doesn't sound angry. Like, trust me, the way it goes, it even irritates me more. And Anna Bashkur Deng Tong, he spoke as someone who's not Equatorian, like Hagiga. It took a malan from what he's saying, Wallahi Khasara in Equatorian. Shame on us. Lano Kalam Bitao is very serious.
I best Talano no saja besit brother Odysseus Deng Tong kalam alta wono sude fi mahalo best taban yao Equatoria leo majmuu min tribes taban ma gebila wahid ze Nuer wala ze Dinka majmuu bitat kabail kutu fi mahal wahid ومجموع بتاعت قبائل زي كنت في محل واحد عشان تبقى كونوا منه يعني ميليشيات with central authority وما سهل. The best they can do is زي أنت شايف هسه الجيش اللي National Salvation Front يعني such kind of an issue مثلا يعني كان مثلا Equatoria بكون عنده كلامنا كان قال مثلا Equatoria Defense Force ولا حاجة بشكل زي ده, it will still have to be kind of formed بنفس الطريقة الشباب بتاع National Salvation Front كوينو بو شفت كيف يعني انت بلقوا ياو tribal militias, yes, but then they come together and present نفسهم كان مثلا Equatorial Defense Force ولا National Salvation Front وحاجة بشكل كده, yes. And ياللي بيقولوا ستهم they have what is called the double responsibilities. يعني هم بيشيلوا responsibility بتاعت command بتاعت National Salvation Front who come at the same time they try to disperse مثلا cattle additional مراعاة ولا حاجة بشكل كده الجيتو يو ناس من villages وحاجات بشكل زي ده. لكن طبعا yes وما سهل sometimes في صعوبات here and there, yes, but طبعا في النهاية it is a struggle, it's not easy. كلام أنت قلت يا أخي في دي كمان في ناس it's not true. في ناس قاعدين في وفي ناس قاعدين في مورابو. إذا كنت مثلا دخلت في villages أنت رأى في villages yes ناس بقى ماشيين في villages دول تقريبا جيش بس يقوم هناك وبعدين كنت لقوا 2-3 مراحات هناك ولا حاجة بشكل زي وبعدين طبعا ياو cattle keepers دول أغلبية بتاعت ناس اللي هناك دول من منداري أصلا من ما دينكا دول في side the eastern Equatoria وبعدين في central Equatoria يعني في بسيتين في area تاعي هنا لين أغلبية دول منداري في side بتاعت هنا. لكن there are people in state Kaya يا فعلا Kaya وكاجوكيتي ما في فوق ناس ساسا.
How did they come up there and القبائل الموجودة في مشوا وين؟
لا منداري دول cattle keepers أصلا. شفت كيف؟ هم cattle keepers and ده منداري كمان جينا عليه منداري كوبورا. شفت كيف؟ they are cattle keepers. لكن ما دينكا. دينكا ديل are very few هناك.
أنا لسه
ممكن أقول حاجة.
Yes. Okay, hold on. بس في حاجة واحدة نقول أنا أمكن في مع صباتا وماي brother صباتا I might disagree with you في الموضوع بتاع it's difficult. إيكواتوريا مشكلة إيكواتوريا is not مشكلة ما difficult. القاعد يصعب المشكلة هم الشخصيات سوري صوت قاعد نسمع إيكو في كمية guys. أنا قلت بيصعب الموضوع هو الشخصيات اللي في الخارج. Let me be honest with you. And I think I will agree with Deng Tong because the people in camp, they already in understanding that they need a solution. They're not looking for a particular person of a prestigious background. They're looking for a person who's willing and capable to make an achievement. Okay?
فرصه بس
انا بركز بس اتفضل
ده ما تونسنا كثير وانا لسه ما رديت عليك وبقيت تتبادل الكلام هناك.
يا مسلمي انا بديك فرصه اتفضل.
واحد نوير كان تشوفوا ده بكلام بروتان واحد ده ما قبيله واحد لكن عشان سموهم نوير بتاع نوير تابنتي ما بيتفاهم مع نوير بتاع ناده بتاع كوبو بتاع جيكو ما بيتفاهم حتى هو في كلمات ما كلمات نسا يعني لو كنا ناس كان نسمي نفسنا نوير سبيكر بصراحه انا اوريك يعني هذا في نوير بتنزل برضه داري كلام مثلا ما بسمعه يعني في كلمات كده اللي نمشي نقعد مع نفسنا نقول بعد تشنو انا هنا لكن لما جينا بكلمه بتاع وايد عامي ما يهو بس انه جيش هنا باب بروتكت هيلا يعني هذا شوف زي في حاجه بحصل في منطقه كده وايد عامي بيجي بيظهر لكن لو ما في مشكله لو ده مشكله الناس اللي في الجيش ده على كيف لكن وايد عامي ده قاعد اللي بيحمي الشعب الامهات بيعملوا بيحملوا اخوات ده يا وايد عامي
ايرو بويز كمان في ويست إيكواتوريا كان كمان حمو
ده بيحمي ناس اننا ما عندنا جيش في ايوه عندنا ناس في ايوه عندنا ناس ذاته في ناس ذاته عندنا نوير ذاته عساكر لسه قاعدين في حكومه عندنا ناس كتير لكن تعال شوف الديبايد اللي بعمله وايد عامل ده ما بساله بكون قاعد في بلد الناس بس قاعد بس جم حجار كبار لو في حاجه حصل بيجي جارب السلاح بتاعه بيحمي عشان كده سموه وايد عامل لانه في زمن اسمه اون كول ده زي بيقولوا ريزيرف ارمي في امريكا وانت الحمد لله قاعد في يونايتد ستيتس في حاجه اسمه ريزيرف ارمي ريزيرف ده لو في حاجه خطر شديد يا بنادو فعشان كده انا قصدي انه ايكواتوريان يكون لهم حاجه خلي ناس بالجيش بتاعه لكن يكون في شباب كده ده يشيلوه خاص كده في كل خشم بيت يعني انتوا ناس كاكوا يكون ده كون حاجه بتاعكم كده بتاع ناس كاكوا سموه باسم بتاع بلد بتاعكم وعندكم ناس في جنوب حاجه سكير كده سموه باسم بتاعهم لو في حاجه حصل في زمن ده يكون لهم حاجات تدعموا انتوا اصلا قاعدين ندعم وايد عام تدعموا لو حصل اي حاجه انتوا طوال بست شكرا في حاجه تصير
in a shortcut. We Equatorians, since 70s, since 1955, we are not what do you call hostile to each others. That's why we don't get soldiers. Brother, we are with you. We are with you when you have a reality.
Okay, Dema kind of point who got it, Uncle Lumuri. But what he mentioned is that, where they prepared themselves for such occasion where, they knew they are living in a territory where there is hostility coming against them. So they have to protect themselves. That's why they created White Army. I know the Arrow Boys were there, but they're no longer because Bokosoro is the one later to be blamed on the dismantle. But regardless to that, وكسر ما بكسر ده مشكلتنا. المشكلة بتاعنا Equatoria. Now there's a question, and I think Brother Deng asked this main question genuinely that إحنا Equatorian. But إننا نقول ونلف في جهة خلنا focus on our land. بمعنى تاني indirectly he's saying focus on your territory. Go ahead, Didi. But then I want to say also عشان أنا بس كان في كلمة عاوز أركز عليه and then Brother Deng mentioned something. في ناحية بتاع Sabata, remember Anyanya. Equatorians, it's not difficult for us to lead ourselves because kama difficult for Anyanya, lano they can Equatorian contingency by Shahomagamuja combine the whole South Sudanese tribes. It started in Equatoria but not one tribe, all the tribe of Equatoria to go there. So المشكلة ما في إنه إحنا ضعاف. اليوم الحركة الشعبية قاعدة weak Equatorian. حتى اليوم لاحظت they're dividing Equatoria to west, east, and central. And you can see the episodes اللي هذا حاصل. في حتى controversial thing happened recently, and some Equatorians are just turning blind eye on these. But I feel so disappointed because إحنا Equatorians we need to wake up. In the history, in the bloodline. That's why I'm proud to call Equatorial. I'm in a mixture of every tribe. I'm Equatorial هنا ما pure قبيلة واحد. في قبائل كله في إكواتوريا ملخبطين وهنا فخورين بكلامنا. And that's why we hold this as a sacred thing. I don't have to mention my tribe because if I mention one tribe, I have to mention the whole tribe that I'm mixed. So I mean, I'm proud to be Equatorian enough that makes me Equatorian. But I don't want to take too much ندي فرصة لي يستني لأن في واحد بلين كان قبالي. اوكي لما دي اتفضل.
ممكن اقول حاجه ولا
خلينا نشوف يا ابو لما دي ده ما نزلوا كمان ادوا فرصه يا جماعه. اوكي
لا ده ما نزل
يا جماعه بليز.
No, that's not me here. That's not me.
Okay.
I'm just waiting to pass my word in just.
Yeah. And if you don't mind, Stan, it's up to you if you want to give a chance to Didi or you want to say something.
No, they can speak. They can speak. I can come after them. Let him speak and Stanley speak. Then I can come.
No. Hold on. Yes, I know Equatorial could be liberated by Equatorial. Last Sunday, please, Jama. Okay, Didi, she said, okay, Stanley said, Didi, go ahead, and then Lamudi, this Uncle Stanley will come in, and then Lamudi, please be patient, we'll get you in. Please, Alekala, hold your microphone, don't open it. Khali, itnen speaker, it kalam ala bandi jidora, kana mam nansar. Hatta inaida mat kalam Giberik McCartney. Fadal, Didi.
Thank you. أنا بس ده أقول شنو في point هنا دينغتون كان قال هنا ده like he has a point. Yeah, I agree with what he's saying that Equatorians don't have anything. You know, our problem is Equatorians, we have one issue. We like to be faithful to to for example following our own, like for example if like faithful to a party. For example, if I know that I have somebody that I know, a friend or family or tribe or something is in this particular party, so I'm going to follow him at the cost of my people dying. That's the reason why you see Equatorians don't want to form themselves into a movement that is for Equatoria, because they're easily to be to be confused and to be divided, you see. Today ana basma kalam to Zol, because Zolde, I know Zolde was Zolde Garibi. Well, Zolde, it's like related to, to my friend or something like that. But not necessarily I want to do the right thing that will free me and free my people. They are hubas mushkilatna, our weakness as Equatorians. Yalla Kamande, the other thing is like, even though that's what is making us to always coming out and speak to our people, to reason with our people, to bring logic to them. And then some people get offended at us, because the things we say sometimes provoke people, but what we are doing is to challenge people's thinking, and their reasoning, so that they can wake up and see that can make that decision for Equatoria. It's lo shift as kalam dengto baginazal kullum in the movement betam, even though they come into the unity, but they have their separate movement as Equatoria. لكن لما Equatoria داري تجمع داري يعمل movement, انت بتلقى Equatorian تانين في حزب تانين unity when they will come and destabilize this. هما بيجي كاسوسة تحت they will destroy everything, because they will want to persuade these Equatorians to join the movement where they are, and this will become the battle of the fittest. You see, there will be division, there will be isolation, there will be you see people moving like like termites, you see, eating people from down, you see. Tabisi Nasdel Kani Tamam, you're going very strong, but you see these people drop, and then they're sitting under their families, their relatives, their people and stuff like that, because Harashom, you see, they do not understand the meaning, and the power behind numbers and behind unity, a strong force of unity. They has in Nuer, hatta though people will go Nuer for Tokom, Nuer divided, but Nuer they're still strong. They still have guns, they still fight, they still retaliate, you know. You said they do that, but Equatoria doesn't. Equatoria بيشتمون day and night, they abuse them day and night, you see. لكن Equatoria بيجي بهناك بقول زول القاعد يبيوز ده قال ده أخوي, I love him. إننا بنشوف مرات ناس ثانيين بيقولوا the same people who are abusing them, they say no, for me I don't have a problem with you, I am not like the separatists, you know. For us we love you, we are one and stuff like that. And this is the same person هسه جبال في روم تاني هناك بورا هو كان قاعد يقول حاجة تانية برا وإنت بيستغرب. دي بس يا هو مشكلة إيكواتوريا here. We are bunch, some of us are bunch of confused people. And some of us are just pushing themselves so hard to cross the line or to cross their people to the line. Not necessarily what makes sense, you know. And you guys have witnessed a lot of rooms of Equatorians that make no sense most of the time and very contradictory to what Equatoria is going through, you see. But then when you find people that are standing on the line, and these people are uncompromising, like us, don't compromise at all. And we're not about compromise on anything. Take us or leave us the way we are. Yeah. We have even people boycott us, people even try to shut us down, you see, to outshine us. But then we just continue to go because the important thing is like we're calling our people to wake up. This is not the time that we're rallying behind, or parties, or rallying behind SPLA, or rallying behind IO, or rallying behind, so or other stuff. This is the time that Equatorians need. They need themselves so badly. And this is the message that we're giving to Equatorians, because today, in my conclusion, today, Hatalo, we, the separatists, okay, in general, even though we advocate so much, but then we have this SUSA between us, who did not want Equatorians, to protect themselves. They want Equatoria to be vulnerable. This is just going to be the problem. This is just going to be the problem in Equatoria, because some people want Equatoria just to be vulnerable and to be confused. And just this is just what I have to answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Dee. Thank you. Uncle Stanley, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. First of all, let me, I don't know, I can see Brother Deng is still here.
Yeah. No, he left, I think, but he will be back. Yeah, so if you want to wait for him to come back, you can answer him then if he come back. Is that it?
No, let me hope he is down there listening or somewhere. But Deng has said a lot of good things. And for me, my analysis and my knowledge of why Equatorians can't form such local armies and so on, because Equatorians from time immemorial have passed that stage of grouping as tribes. And we have gone so far to the extent of talking of a nation. It is why we can up to now be calling ourselves as Equatoria. But if we want to bring this ideology that South Sudan is going through today, I would say that Equatorians, though they became as a nation, they got influenced by the civil war of 1983. The fact that they were scattered outside the country and each and everyone coming with their own ideology. That is why this makes it hard for Equatorians to come together. I want to give an example to this is when SPLM went into Bush, they went because of pain of being chased out of Equatoria. And they promised Equatorians point blank that we are coming back and we will show you what you have done. Imagine in 91 when SPLM is split and the Dinka that promise to do something wrong for Equatorians ran to Equatoria because of his understanding of a nation. Equatorians just forget about all that, despite the fact that there were negotiations that Jamal Denkas, they be careful of them. Equatorians say, no, we want the nation called South Sudan. For now, let us just deal with the Arabs, our greater enemy, and then we will come to deal with the Dinkas. See, this is the Equatorian. And again, another example, when SPLM started, it didn't start as a national party. It started as a Dinka movement. And the moment John Garang announced that, all the Dinkas, whatever their differences were, they joined SPLM. This forced the Equatorians to join SPLM. Even we who are talking here that, oh, these people are SPLM, and so all Equatorians became SPLM. All South Sudanese became SPLM. Because if people did not join, Asma, take your points, and then take your point. Yeah. Equatorians, أي بيت في Equatorian joined the SPLM. كان في زول قال في بيته ما في زول دخل في SPLM، ده بقى حاجة تانية أنا ما أعرف بيجيبوه من وين. يلا إحنا join SPLM because SPLM بيجا بوع زمن داك وبيجا بيحدد وبيقتل وبيدخل في بيوت الناس. فأغلب السلاطين بتاعنا زمن داك قال لو أننا سيبنا نفسنا ودخلنا في نادى المعاملة هيكون بطال. أنا قبل قلت SPLM وقت جاه هو جاك الدنكا رياك وقت طردوا من جوبا رياك جرى كنويراوي وكل النوير وقفوا وراه. كل النوير وقفوا وراه وخلى الحاجة اللي اسمه نوير الحركة ده بقى سموه SPLM IO. وإحنا ذاتنا السوايين مشينا ورا IO. ويمكن ثبت قاعد في الروم ده أنا كان من ضمن الناس ومعانا كثيرين بنقول على أساس إنه ما في فرق بين IO و IG. خلينا نشوف قائد برضه إيكواتوري عشان يكون في على الأقل حاجة اسمه شنو معادلة في السياسة بتاع جنوب السودان. لكن كان في ناس كثيرين بيقولوا لا 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 ما IO يا خلاص نمشي وراه. النتيجة إنه ما حصل أي حاجة. توماس ده ابن إيكواتوريا. أنا كان دار الكلام ده تون خليه يسمع والجنوبين كله خليه يسمع. توماس ده ابن إيكواتوريا. لو كان إيكواتوريين بيحبوا نفسهم وبيحبوا إيكواتوريا ده كان فرصتهم regardless of إنه هو حزب regardless of إنه هو شنو ده كان فرصتهم إنهم هم يمشوا ورا زول قائد إيكواتوري ويدعموه. وكان إيكواتوريا بقى عنده جيش قوي ما زول بيجي وراه. لأنه الشوية الواقفين ورا توماس هسه موقف حكومة على رجل واحد. معلش قبل في كلام يقول ليه ما قبضت قرية ليه ما قبضت شنو؟ نبي نقبض قرية كيف إذا كان استوائيين برام ضدنا ضد الاستوائيين الثانيين. لو كان الاستوائيين كلهم جاء لو ناس سنترال إيكواتوريا بس براو لو قالوا ده ولدنا ده زول بتاع سنترال إيكواتوريا والله الحكومة ده ما عنده قوة عشان يقف قدام توماس. أنا بأكد لكم ده لو سنترال إيكواتوريا براو بس يا وقفوا ناهيك عن إيكواتوريا. لكن الإيكواتوريين عندهم حاجة اسمه شنو؟ أي واحد شايف نفسه هو أحسن من الثاني. حتى في موضوع بتاعت انفصال ده ياهو عندك جبهة بتاعت إيكواتوريان شنين إن إكزايل اللي هو بقيادة أتيكا وعندك صباتا قاعد يتكلم عن إيكواتوريا وعندك دكتور حكيم قاعد يتكلم عن إيكواتوريا. معلش أنا خلينا نكون واقعيين يا جماعه الحقيقه لازم نقول فعلا اننا ننجح لو دارين ننجح لازم نقول الحقيقه. فمشكلتنا في إيكواتوريا إن إحنا ما بنؤمن ببعض. كده شوف في 2017 بعد ما طردوا رياك من جوبا، إيكواتوريين وقت دخلوا في السياسة دخلوا كم؟ خمسة مع بعض. واحد أن ده أولنا يا جماعة خلوا القيادة لواحد نفر يا جماعة. عنصناهم كده. أي واحد بيسألك سؤال بيقول للأسف اسمعني أنا أمشي أتابع زول تاني ليه يا ما يجي يتابعني. فده عيب بتاعنا كاستوائيين. مش قال الموضوع هو موضوع بتاعت ناس عشان حزب ولا عشان شنو. ناس ده حزب قام بقيادة بتاعت إيكواتوريين. لو إيكواتوريين دارين حرية بجد كان كلهم مشوا هناك ومن بيقدر يلزوا لتوماس ده عشان يمشي في الحاجة اللي هم دايرينه. لكن الموضوع ما كده. الموضوع إنه ستانلي دار يبقى قائد، أنزكا دار يبقى قائد، سباتا دار يبقى قائد، لمودة دار يبقى قائد. احنا ده مشكلتنا، ده هو مشكلتنا. ده مش مشكلة بتاعت الاستوائيين. تعالوا حاربوا في محل واحد وإن قلنا ذاته ده ما زمن بتاعت سياسة، لأن احنا ما عندنا دولة. ده زمن بتاع بنا دولة. ناس يحاربوا كشنو كناس بدور على حرية، وبعد ذاك نجي نتكلم عن أحزاب وعن أفكار والكلام ده. شكرا.
لكن انت طلعت برا من سؤال تون، لان سؤال تون كان قال يا اخي ليه قبائل بتاع استوائيين ديل ما يكونوا لهم ترايبل ميليشيا برا من عساكر بتاع توماس. سو افتكر كما يجاوب سؤال ده.
لا، ما إجابة بتاعي للسؤال ده أنا جاوبته من الأول. أنا قلت استوائيين ناس وصلوا لمرحلة تخطى مرحلة بتاعت القبائل، وصدقني لو استوائيين رجعوا لمرحلة بتاعت قبائل يمكن الصين أخطر ناس هيطحنوا بعدهم طحن شديد. طالما إيدين دول يا جماعة ما حاجة سهل، أي حاجة تنظيم. وكويس إنه لحد هسه استوائيين ما دايرين يمشوا للمستوى بتاع القبائل ده. ما يهون قاعدين يطحنوا بعضهم. انتوا شفتوا شنو حصل في بلد في قريه واحد بتاع ناس هنا ده اسمه منو ده اللي قال مستشار بتاع التلفزيون.
لكن هاسي استنلي كده. لكن هاسي بس انا دار كلام شنو انت هاسا contradict جسم تاكي كده. انت contradict Thomas and it looks like it are not in one page all the NAS people. Because as ita you're giving a different message, Thomas is giving a different message. The rest of people are giving different message. You're saying Ali Thomas Wallet Equatoria and Nasta Equatoria, but Thomas himself does not even advocate for Equatoria. He doesn't. When he was questioned last time about Equatoria, he wound up to talk about Upper Nile and the entire country. It's like almost when your kid is crying, saying that, you know, the neighbor hit me or something like that, the neighbor's kid, ita kaman shilta asaya to the gate baraso. That's what he did. He wasn't welcoming. He wasn't really comforting Equatoria. Just the giga. Let me just finish. Let me just finish my interjection. Let me finish exactly. Let me finish my interjection. Just Malish. Sorry, just bear with me, Malish, and then you can correct me on that. I'll be happily. So thank you. So yeah, thank you very much. So when he was questioned that, you know, by Ochang, that, you know, Equatorians are suffering and stuff because of him and stuff, and because of his people are in that side, and partly is correct. But then what he said, he didn't offer any comfort for Equatoria as a I will not even mention as a son, as a brother to Equatoria, because it's not a son anymore, you know. So it's not like, for example, he's a son of Equatorian, yes, but, you know, when we speak of sons, we always imagine we're thinking about little people and stuff like that. So we're talking about grown people here. So it's just like he did not even offer anything to his people, the children of Equatoria, his own people and stuff like that. He did not say that, yes, I understand your pain. Yes, he started with really very harsh and rough. He just started like, the whole country is bleeding, the whole country is suffering. But we're not talking about the whole country. Now your own is intimacy now, just that, you know, your people are suffering, you know. And then he started talking about the country. Whenever he's addressing, he's talking about the entire country. He would rather pick and talk about Abia or other country, but he would rather avoid talking about Equatoria much. Because I understand why he's doing that. I'm not trying to blame him, because, you know, when he maybe he's thinking that when he addresses people directly, maybe people will think like, oh yeah, he's just for Equatoria and stuff like that, because some people, some Dinka are saying that. So maybe that's what he's saying. But at the end of the day, you're going to know if your home is bleeding, your wife is bleeding, it's like you're the man of the home. If your wife come to you, cry, you don't, you got to say that I understand, I hear you complain. You see, that's what cools the pain down. And then people can be patient with you. But he didn't do that. He started it off with the entire country. And there, they're saying that NAS is advocating for the entire country. NAS is not for Equatoria. It's not an Equatorian thing. But you and some other people will come out and mislead Equatoria and say that NAS is for Equatoria. But we're talking about Equatoria, not a South Sudan thing. Thank you very much for your patience.
أنا بس ما أنا أنسى أنا كلا دقيقة ستانلي أنا بدي أسمع دقيقة بس CPI ما أتكلم يا جماعة. Stanley, you are in a defense, so you're going to defend your movement. And like Iberic Tenkong mentioned one thing, CPI, please, I'm labeling. Should I the point with that command? No, I never heard you. Never. I don't know if you're there. Please, I'm in a microphone. Because we also want to hear your side, and also the topic is about Troika. We put deconstructing this Troika statement. I know Finas misunderstood it and interpreted it in a different way, and we were putting it clearly that this is not the way how people were excited about. It's actually something that Troika is actually part of what is going on. But they were just like, and I appreciate CJ put it even clearly. It's like almost like they're giving kind of like an advisory kind of like challenge, but not something to be clear condemnation, because they still kind of like trying to find a way to maneuver on so this regime can continue ruling. CPI, if you can't, if you are there, please blink and speak out. Stanley, go ahead, and I'll let you speak because you're trying to defend yourself on that. Further.
I'm not defending myself at all. To Didi, I'm not contradicting myself. I didn't say NAS is for Equatoria, but I said NAS generated from Equatoria. If we Equatorians have the same thinking, like the Nuer and the Dinka, NAS would have been great defending Equatoria today. This is what I say. And in regard to General Thomas, I know the man usually answers questions accordingly. If we want to know that NAS is not against Equatorians doing whatever they want to do, let us collect all the interviews that he has attended. And not far, I believe some of us who are here today might have attended the room of the day before yesterday, the New York rally. Thomas was asked about the separatists. You go to that room and just listen to what he said. Said the separatists are our brothers, and they have the right to call for whatever they want to call. And even what we are working here is to ensure that a country comes that will allow anybody to come up with what they believe in. This is what we in NAS believe. Even as I said, we again are not going there as a party so that we will have positions or we will be part of government. But we rose up as a revolutionary party movement. We are not party. Movement that is fighting for a formation of a real country.
You're really contradicting yourself here.
The reason why Equatorians are the only people in it is because we know the rest of the South Sudanese, they are what? They are tribal. They will never.
This guy is.
They will never join there.
This guy is.
So by saying this, I want to say that we have the vision that the Equatorians will be the one to create this country called South Sudan. And if people don't want it, then let that time come that people be given the right to say that we don't want a country called South Sudan. we are voting for our own separate entities, whether it is like in Equatoria, if it becomes like 40-something states, or if it becomes 3 states or 1 state, and the rest of the South Sudan, let it be in that time when we have the right to say it. But by now, the one who has the bigger stake will direct us to what to do. And unless we take what Deng Tong said here, that we support a strong army, we will never achieve anything. Believe me. Well, Equatorians need to follow one leader, one Equatorian leader, and go after that. If Equatorians really want the direction they're talking about.
Brother Nwate, did you just say Equatorians will be the one to create the country South Sudan, or I just did you really say that? This guy,
yes, I believe, because this guy is not believe.
It's not Sanders.
Hold on.
Look, I believe because Equatorians are national. People who are national, and if they come together, they will force the formation of a country called South Sudan. And even these people who are now tribal, they will be the one to ask for separation. Let them be the one to ask for separation. In South Sudan, there are many tribes who are suffering from few tribes. This is our belief. Yeah.
أنا قال إنه ما كنيسة إكواتوريا ما كنيسة عشان الناس مش عامل charity بتاع الناس كله قاعدين سافر. Everybody have to fight for themselves. زي هسه أقول زي كده.
إكواتوريا اللي تكون اسمه ده يا أخوي.
My house, they got to contradict yourself. Now you want to say, in the help it, Sudan, and then it can get the candidate in Equatoria, we're divided. It got to create division because you are the one who always want Equatoria to be in the weak side. You don't want to wake up. Uncle Stanley, can you look at the situation of Fogoda? Yahi Nasal Baragani laugh at us. Telling they use us. And then we're here trying to sing Equatoria is great. What is the greatest we have? 2 million are outside the country. Or more, Zato, because there's a lot of people. Are you serious? I see CJ blinking, and then before CJ, Fee, Uncle United, Lamudi, please say your point quickly. I should not differ CJ, because I know you were saying something that I had. Unmute yourself. Yeah, go ahead.
Brothers, let us not beat around the bush. Let us go to the target. Our Equatoria is Equatoria. Whether they like it or they don't like it, it's our place. I swear in God, if we start the truth, as I was born there in that area, I know where the truth of Equatoria is. And until today, Equatoria will be itself. Not the weapons they're carrying. These weapons are projects. I just collected from Uganda. I collected from where because Musabe went to the interest of Uganda there. But we ourselves, Equatorians, have to be stabilized. And to make our stability, Sabat can help you a lot. I know he's there inside, but he can help you a lot. Because
no disagreement.
That country needs stability only. It doesn't need the beating around where people are beating. Want to talk about. Because need the reality. Then everything will come out. Take care.
Thank you, Uncle Lamudi. أنا بنزل أقول شيء لأنه في حاجات مهم جدا هنا. Uncle Stanley mentioned it's really contradicting. I don't even know where to start. It's really like mind-boggling. I see the logic here why we Equatorian nationalists we will never look eye to eye. فما سكتر كده CJ عنده سؤال ظاهر وعنده some ملاحظة فاتفضل أنا شابت blink. Anybody who wants to say something, please go ahead. CPI, if you're there, please blink عشان نعرف أنت موجود. CJ, go ahead, speak. Yeah, تفضل.
Yeah. Let me say, Stanley, thank you for the chance one more time. بالنسبة للأخ ستانلي, let me direct your point. It's a good time, you already exposed, you say Equatoria can, they were preparing. La Majamari Galo will come again back. What was the Equatoria plan B by the time? Was there any plan B or the best Nazil Mashu number one? Number two, why are you doubting yourself? I know, Nazil, we need to have one guy so we align after him. Have you ever looked to the Jalaba, the way how they were? رؤوس مختلفة متعدد ناصري المهدي حزب الأمة والجهاد كان متعددة. Did they doubt themselves؟ عارف كيف؟ لما جلس في داخل على كرمك الناس اللي عملوا شنو؟ الحكومة كانت حكومة بتاعت صديق المهدي. قام سلموا السلطة لمنو؟ سلموها للبشير ما جاء من جنوب السودان. هل كانوا عندهم واحد زول بالضرورة؟ لا. Whatever the reason is, you may be of hates, but all is coordinations. The other thing is that now you seems to have exposed it so far. When you're supposed to limit your word, imagine your opponent. An opponent without Gadisma. Your opponent is listening to you. Intel-wise, there are some things that you don't want to expose it. Your enemy will steal it. And it will be to our disadvantage. So there are things that, we shouldn't have to do it. Now, one more time. Have you been to the field? Lamagerang Rizam. At the earlier days, as you said, it was Kanding of Kulu. Did you prepare yourself? Bita Nazamta Beta? Sata Bunta? When you raise up Bita Nazamta Beta, quiz, it a machine Kulu corner filter better. At the gate back, Fulan Tana Hauser. Have you been in the field? There wasn't any presence in the field. Real quick, you step in and say, oh, I was a Harry Yellow. أنا ما أحتاج الجنوب. دام لي فاضح يدا. We shouldn't go to that. Equatoria is ready. If you're in the field, as a leader, whatever you are, you need to lead in the field. You need to encourage your people. You need to appear in any corner. Thereafter, there is absence of that. Did you address it? Rajil this kalam bitaw kan simple. Then anu ya akhi, we have differences as even as well. Like in the white army, this white army, in time of trouble, one time, they will line up. So there is shortages. Gabli machung like down, ubeta gadiahri. Like most of the time, as the nationalists were calling for exit. The point is clear. When your house is burning, when your children, when somebody is in your room, لو كنت قائد في جيش لو كنت لواء ولا كنت the first thing is you have to rescue عائلة بتاعك قبل ما تنظر للدبابير بتاعك أنا عندي خبرة وأنا وترفع راسك. This is the first thing. If you don't do that, so what are you living for? Aren't you living for your children? Aren't you living for your kids? When you start looking far. Now the other thing is that what have you learned? And let's be a little bit forward. For 21 years, did you learn anything at all? My friend, why don't you ask yourself? What have you learned from that? And why do you give up your guns? When you let go your colleagues to be divided into areas, maybe Shilufi, Digalana ma Ayo, Digalana ma Kaza, Digalana fi Shamalana fi Janub, Mashaba Zali. Why do you allow that? Kanita Kuta Qaid. Milmana, you should show us. Why do you allow that? But you allow yourself to be disarmed when the others are not disarmed. Why don't you line before Clement? By the time when Clement says, where were you, my friend? Did you do anything at all? Did you ask yourself? Now, in conclusion, who's a setback to Equatoria? Muni a setback. Can I trust you? Or can I trust people that when you're not prepared, when you didn't better, that charity began from home. What if we did to Equatoria? Khalid Equatoria being bombed. Yamarigari bombarded Equatoria Mahalat. Itameshe. أنا وياك أنا خططنا على أساس أنه يسأل لي أنا جاي أعمل عملية وأنا عملت عملية ده أنا عاوزك تكيف معي زول يجي خزلك تمشي وراه أنت مشكك في نفسك في شكوك لو كنت ما مشكك في نفسك اليوم بكاتوريا ما كان في زول بيحبس شيء ما عندك أي حرص وضعت عليك لما توماس الزهري هناك ما عاوزين نهريه كان في أسئلة كتير ما دايرين نهريه احتراما له لأنه يجوز لم يتجزى مننا. That was not the time. The entire time I kept silent. كان ممكن مسأل سؤال بيكون خطر جدا لكن أنا ما داير. فبليز مرات عليكم يا أخي أرحكم أتكلم من وراء الكواليس عشان نرتب أمورنا. كل زول رافع راسه. سوموني أو غلطانين ناس. ليت ولا أنا. While we used to stretch our hands. يا فلان أراكم يا أخي. Let's see what we can do. من هنا لقدام. عامل نفسك متكبر أنت بتزح بجاوزة. منين متكبر فينا؟ Please. Do you know? Do I need to explain myself? No, I won't. لكن في النهاية القضية مش منو أنا. What is my qualifications? What did I do? That is not the issue. The issue is action. زي ما قال لك الراجل الصغير بشوية ده. It is actions. Actions speak louder than talk. أمر الرجال في الفعل ولا في الكلام. الراجل بينجح في الفعل بتاعه مش في الحديث. وده حاجة اللي احنا قصرنا. أنا بكتفي بهذا القدر. Thank you.
Thank you, CJ. تعرف كلمات مرات اللي خلاص أخانا بدأ بس أنا نقول لكم شيء طبعا كلمات بتاعنا بنقول لكم بصراحة ما في أي شيء هنا حساسية بين شخصيات لأن أنا أعرف مجموعات لما الناس نتكلم كلام بوضوح زي ده في ناس بياخدوها بجبينة بحقد بكراهية بيعملوا طريقة إنه نازل هنا إحنا really it's not like about you like me or not أنت كمان تقبل الحق الأسمع اللي بيبكيك من اللي بيضحك حتى في ناس هنا عاوزين نجامل شكرا أنا شايف مجاملات كتير في الغرفة الثانية تلقى ناس بيجوا هناك بيمجدوا بيعظموا ولكن ما في أي حقيقة عشان كده أنا كمواطن استوائي أنا برفض أمشي وراء أي ذنب لأن أنا ما ذنب أنا أفضل أكون في الرأس وإحنا ما فاضيين للرئاسة لكن فاضيين إن إيكواتوريا لازم يفوكس on their objective كان أرض إيكواتوريا أنت ما قاعد تفوكس on it then don't talk to me because أرض إيكواتوريا مواطنة في مخيمات أنا عاوز أرجع أنت ما ترجع في بلدك في أفريقيا I want to go back I want to be part of the building not part of the being distracted with the world عشان في شغلات وعمل فأنا ما بكتر بديك فرصة الأخير Mr. Stanley تقول تستأذن so go ahead Sabata, you want to say something? I see you.
Yes, Gubal Stanley Maja. Kalana kutu haja kida. Yala Stanley bisika be.
Yeah, let me hold on. Can you mute yourself? Yeah, further, brother Sabata.
Yes, and Stanley bika be kind of amulu remark for Gomon Kulu. It kind of brother Stanley. Anaju amolu comment fi kalamta kalta kengali yake Equatoria ya bi abinu belete. Brother Stanley, a nation doesn't get created. A nation evolves. It evolves through a process. Process that evolution that a good nation where people harmonize, either through intermarriages, when people do businesses together, and then people become interdependent. So that al-Hakuma Zato al-Gijageni fi Nusbita, such kind of a nation, that state, that kind of a nation, biyahkim nas de besuhula, la'anno Jamadel are not very contradicting to each other. They are not adversary with respect to their cultural behaviors and hajat bashikil zeret. Lakin, kanta gikengali yahi Equatoria, ya biyabdi nation de ita Junub Sudan. And I guess where that statement is coming from. Because Equatoria Hassa are the underdogs. The other guys are not only aggressors, but are hegemons. Equatorians yaki suffer. So for how long, yani? Equatorians bishiru the sacrifice Galmanazu built South Sudan to the detriment of mothers, daughters, without get raped to Hayabitat, Nazgishi Lubara, women best suffer this because Umanaz Junub Sudan. Yani best is in Junub Sudan. Junub Sudan, they should know Hajalana Gifahim about Hajagan country. His country is basically the relationship between you and I. Just like when you say church. Church is not really the building. Even Nanas Ketirigi confused that church is the building. No, church is actually the people and their relationship with each other in alignment with the principles that God has taught them. That is living in a very righteous kind of a way. But the country is basically the relationship that people have with each other. Can relationship there is broken down, you don't suffer just because of the name of the country. I will conclude by saying it has Stanley Luate, it enda kaja gina gali marriage institution between you and your wife and your family. If you are having irreconcilable differences, how do you continue to say, I will continue to sit in this just to save the institution? Your relationship is irreconcilable. Doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make any sense. For what I'm trying to tell you is a country is the relationship between you and I and the other person, the cultural values that we build ourselves in so that we remain in harmony. And that comes through evolution. It doesn't come through creation. And Nagiri great situational British created South Sudan. That is why we are suffering today. South Sudan did not evolve. If it evolved, we will not suffer. British created it. And that is why we are suffering. So please, inshallah, ma Equatorians kutar into Mofumagal Equatoria create South Sudan. That is going to be to the detriment of our sons and daughters, mothers, old people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brother Sabata. Stanley, go ahead. It's your turn.
Okay, thank you so much. First and foremost, I just want to say this. This organization called NAS has never and will never stand in front of South Sudanese people as to what they want for themselves. This is being made clear everywhere we are. And then, going to my brother CJ, I have listened to you carefully, but I want to tell you this again, that NAS will never stop Equatorians to detach or to get out of South Sudan. And when we are talking national issues that are serious like that, you don't have to say it's because Thomas is our brother. We don't want to put him in a difficult. No, ask whatever question is, and let the people know who this person is, how bad he is, how good he is. This is how we go with it. And for the comment of Brother Sabata, yes, I know Equatorians has gone through a lot of difficulties. And sincerely speaking, and one time in a history, I will not be there, you will not be there. What I do believe is that countries, though you say that, are not being built. No, from what we know about the definition of a state or a country.
Hold on. Nobody said it cannot be built. I said it cannot be created. It evolves. It evolves through a process. Kalamta building.
I don't know what you mean by evolution, despite the fact that we need to determine boundaries, we need to determine the people that are there, and we need to determine the system that can govern these people. This is what I think it is all about.
How can you determine it? Because how?
So, my argument here is that we in Equatoria, because we have gone beyond the boundaries of regionalism or the boundaries of tribalism, we will be the example for a good nation. Had an Equatorian be given leadership, if you, Sabata, become a leader to this country, South Sudan, or if you, Ethica, become a leader of this country, South Sudan, or any Equatorian become a leader of this country called South Sudan, I believe South Sudanese will not suffer. There will never be complaint, because you will always look into it that everything in aspect of a country be put in its right place. This is what I mean by that the Equatorians will be the one who can make this country or create this country. This is what I mean by that. And now, to conclude, I think if you count the people of Equatoria who are supporting this NAS, I believe they are not many. They are there in a little part of South Sudan, and Equatorians are many. The Equatorians that are even fighting NAS are many than the government that is fighting NAS. And for this reason, I have the belief that you can still do what you want to do, and we will not say no. We will never say no. So I wonder why, when Equatorians want to separate, they have always to talk about NAS instead of talking about the people that are sitting on their head. And I repeat, NAS is not a big portion in Equatoria. NAS is a belief. Few people that believe in it, they say that this country, for it to be a relevant country in the geographical location of the world, there need to be a system change. This is our belief. So, if this is our belief,
make us look like Kana Jalan can incriminate Nasini. No, you did not say Nas will create the country. You said Equatoria. So Modu Bitana Makini Makalama Equatoria.
Yeah, Sabata, I have answered that of Equatoria already, and I have gone beyond that. Now I'm going to. I want to tell you that. Of course, for you, I'm beating around the bush, and soon you will hear everyone will hear you talking about NAS, instead of talking about
Listen, it's a good to unionist. And then you said you got Barnamik. Gibelik can brother Inaida Suneache. Dominic can get it kalam and hajat. So all simple about them as opposition. I never even mentioned Nas. I said opposition. We didn't even mention Nas. Most of the people in Nas, they will attack us even because personal. Let me tell you something. Position. Okay. And you guys are going to liberate this. How are you going to do it? Because I think we're going to convince us. And then you're also telling us like, well, separation اللي بيحصل كأنه بس جمعنا سوا وصلنا للهدف. أنا ما أعرف هدف جنوب السودان because جنوب السودان even don't have anything for us. We are being occupied. أنا ما أعرف تعيش في عالم بدون مؤاخذة لأنه العالم اللي فوق هسه ده people in Equatoria are suffering. Even the world have called us weak. Do you know that? International community خطت definition Equatorian are weak. ده كلام واضح وأنا سمعت بعداني من خواجات ديل. They said it exactly. These diplomats saying that Equatorian are weak for one reason. Because Equatorian, most of the time when they ask questions, all the time they agree either Madinka or Nuer. They will never say anything. Today, even opposition proved themselves in the opposition in the Homa command weak because they don't speak for themselves. They don't speak on the objective. Suffering. That's why I'm saying, are we church? Everybody? Have the church not into time because that's my I can't help you. If you're homeless, then go figure out where you can stay. We have to look at ourselves. If you to look at yourself, don't talk yourself. You need to be responsible. Responsibility start from home. The Maganek charity start from home. But go ahead. Like in Mavs already attack us as they know they didn't attack. We not open when she it to Namatiki based in us, then we challenge you on that particular name. Like in Namatiki to Kalam based in Equatoria, we also challenge you on that. Equatoria best. Nothing else. Like they want to bring us South Sudan, NAS, and then opposition, and then Soma. That's why we come and challenge you to go, and again attack NAS. We didn't even attack the leader of NAS. And again, نتكلم على الفاكت اللي هو plan اللي انتوا قاعدين تمشي فوق الستراتيجي بتاعكم قال شنو؟ System بتاع devolution of power, national army, عاوزين to work on it, constitution. أنا قلت قبل constitution ذاته واحد من member بتاع سوما, he was part of the constitution عملوه في جنوب السودان. You remember that guy even was bragging, you know who ياهو واحد الكام John Luke, he was writing that constitution for this regime. Now he's a part of the opposition. عنده حزب بيقول هو democratic whatever. And then in that تاني هنا infrastructure. وانا قلت نازل معظمهم كل مجموعات اللي في opposition ده were part of the regime. Why didn't they work on it? ليه حسن ما قدرنا نيجي يقول لنا حسن work. Equatorial have been waiting and sitting in silence. حسن ده يقول لنا يا the time وكمان ده يجيبونا تاني مع جنوب السودان. We've seen what is the failure. Equatorian people saw the failure. لكن ناس المحزبين حالهم اللي بيقولوا هم parties ده political parties. Now you want to say you're not political parties, you're just a organization. I don't think so. You guys are completely politicized because from Fawadat, that shows you are politicians. And then we can bring Equatorial to come and make the independent. How can we decide for them? How you guarantee that? You're not strong. Like يتخيل من على النيل هسه كان قلنا وكل احترامنا لشلو هسه اكثر سياسيين في opposition هم شلو. You cannot deny that. Like انت close our eyes and say don't say. Then we say the truth. حتى احنا قاعدين نقول دينكا يوم ماسك بلد ده هسه. The same thing as the second in command is Nuer. When Nuer is divided, لكن Nuer is still in second part. يلا Equatorial وينو؟ Equatorial ما عنده ولا حاجة. So please let's not lie to ourselves. Shikini Equatorial is the only way independent. But go ahead, Mr. Stanley. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you so much. Of course, we are here. It looks like we have to say, we have to talk our minds. But for me, what I'm saying is that I'm talking about what I experience in life and my belief. I have the belief that if we are talking about separating ourselves, I, again, know that there is another war going to happen of separation. As we separated from Sudan, we said because we've been cheated, so we wanted South Sudan. Here we are fighting. We will say, let us separate from South Sudan as Equatorians, I have heard, and you have heard, how people are mimicking themselves. Western Equatorians are saying the problem is Central Equatoria. Central Equatorians are saying the problem is Eastern Equatoria. Eastern Equatorians' voices that are out there.
No. I think Stanley Malesh. I think here there's a point of action. What you're saying is only this what was echoed in room, but it's not because
social media.
it's not because the Eastern Equatoria, which is down there, they don't have this issue because we work together as separatists, different organizations. We work together, even though when Equatoria was going through problems and stuff, we did fundraising as the separatists and stuff like that. We contact with these people from time to time. We come together and we kind of like do stuff. So that's not true. This is something that has just been echoed from the social media here, which is Clubhouse, just for propaganda, and also it's just sometimes it's entertainment, getting people in. I don't know what's the goal of it, but also this is just what is going on. And then the other thing is, you guys have bigly used that room too. You guys have participated in the division of Equatoria, to channel through there. It's not something that he did it by himself.
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of people has channeled through it. Even the Shilluk has channeled through it too, to divide the Equatorians. But it did not work because Equatorians actually understood what they are going through, and they understood that they are one people. They are children of one people. The other thing is, as long as the program that you guys are rolling, it's the program of the Shilluk. It's not just going to work because we know it's the Shilluk behind it. It's the Shilluk and few Upper Nile, some Dinkas and few Upper Nile in it. This is not going to work. And we know Nuer is not with you there when we say Upper Nile. It's not going to work because you've been promised that an Equatorian will be a leader. No, it's not going to work. Nobody will promise you're going to be a leader and come out and disrespect you, insult your leader. You see? It's not going to work at all. As long as they plant nas Ajawin, nas Lama Kol, nas Pagana Mon and stuff like that. They did that with Nuer. And look what happened in 2013. Pagana Mon was part of it. And this time, 2013 of Equatoria is coming. Yeah, 2013 of Equatoria is coming, and you guys shall wear this with a badge of pride.
Okay, Ma Batal did it. That is all good, but Anna Tagi Kalem, history will tell, because I'm not talking Haja and social media. I lived it with my age that I'm in. I lived it. I'm not talking as a politician at all. I'm talking what I've lived, and I know human being. What is a human being? I want to just give an example that if there is nation formation in Equatoria, at least Central Equatorians would talk one voice. At least Central Equatoria would talk one voice. But we have seen what has happened, what is happening. Ya Jama, it is not أنما قاعدين نفتش علاج المؤقت يعني علاج مؤقت أننا دايرين علاج ثابت. العلاج الثابت ده نظام يخطوه اللي بيكون فيه حاكم اللي بيطبق النظام. نعرف جنوبيين كثير ما بيعرف النظام، عشان كده انا قلت ايكواتوريين بيحبوا النظام. لكن لو اليوم اللي قلنا على اساس انه نجري عشان اننا مظلومين، انا ده عشته بنفسي في كوكورا. وقت كوكورا عملوا واي زول ويل اتست تو ات. سي جي ده القايد ده يمكن هو الدفعه بتاعي كان اتست تو ذيس ان ايكواتوريانز وقت ماشى في محلات بتاعتهم البراء بقى في سيكينج بتاعت why is that, why not this, why is that and why not this. So this issue شنو بيحكموا القانون. لو قانون خطأ والله انت تضرب راسك في السماء. قانون كان بيحترموه. امريكا ده زول اللي مشى ترامب المشى ده لو ما في قانون في امريكا كان ولع النهارده. ده مش قال كلام بتاع الدينكا ولا النوير ولا جنوب السودان ولا اسيا الصغرى ولا الكبرى. نو ده موضوع بتاع تنظيم دولة، ودع دولة في مكان أساسي. ده عنا قاعدين نطالب به إحنا في الناس regardless. لكن عندنا إيمان على أساس إنه لو جاء قيادة من الاستوائية هيخط الدولة ده في المكان الصحيح، وكل الناس ما هيجي زمجروا زي النهارده. لكن كان عندنا دايرين نقسم بعضنا صغير صدقوني إكواتوريا ده هيطلع كام 60 دولة.
استني كده اكد لي انت جاي تعمل حاجه ده كيف؟ لان انت قاعد تتكلم كانه انت عندكم باور حتى في اوبوزيشن هسه قاعدين يمشوكم هناك بكل احترامي لك، بس قاعدين يمشوكم كجروب بس بالدقيقه الناس اسالك، لانه انتوا هسه قاعدين انك انتوا لكم صوت، انت 1 بيرسون اوكي؟ شيلوا قسموا العالم لثلاثه كلهم كازنز كلهم فاميلي. ليت بي اونست، كان لاما كول كان بقانا موم كان اجوين كان مش ده كله فاميلي، وهم قاعدين بلاي ذيس رول، انتوا هنا قاعدين تقولوا انتوا بقيتوا دنب، انتوا ما قاعدين ويك اب ولا قاعدين تكونوا شنو؟ last time Lama called the same thing he did to Thomas Cirillo. Let's be honest, he went to Khartoum. What اتفاقية؟ let's be that ما انت ده ولا النهارده. Let's be honest، يعني انت be ready for this. لأن انت شنو ما فينا ما try to convince us on something that is not real. Okay? They're by themselves, they're dividing themselves.
Excuse me بس معلش.
أنا سميناك بس اوكي بس دقيقة اسمعني. opposition بتاعك بس قاعد تتكلموا ده is fragile. اوكي انت بكلام قاعد تقولوا لك عنه انتوا خلاص جارنتي، حتى قبلك دينكم سأل سؤال واحد، انتوا مسكتوا يا مدينة خليك من ده سؤال من زول اجنبي، ده من ما من ايكواتوريا من اريا ثاني. add to it انتوا هنا في opposition ما قادرين تسبيك. the people are going to speak هم اكتريتهم يا من upper Nile واكتريتهم من قبيلة واحد. this is another domination coming in. SPLA used Equatorian before, IO used Equatorian, now again big هنا كمان get used by some politicians who want us to be another doormat. ما جماعة ما كده كنا نحاول نحس كان really we love Equatoria, let's focus on Equatoria. فيش إنه عيب فوقه. إحنا ما we're not even calling for upper Nile, we're not calling إحنا كنا جنوبين ولا كنا نقول نعمل حزب. إحنا قلنا let's all Equatorian focus on the land. لأنه موضوع ده بقى ما موضوع بتاع أحزاب. يا أخي فلسطينيين they talk about their land, other people. يا أخي في العالم ده أنت عندك بيتك أنت لازم to take care of your house. You don't have to run around. لأنه حاجة ده it's just like impossible. Let me tell you، لأن إحنا هم كانوا جزء من الحركة، لو هم قدروا يعملوا حاجات ده هنا كله كان في كتورة مجموعات كبير. What happened to them؟ ما تقول في تعليم طالع موارثين، لكن what happened to them؟ If they cannot work in there, how can you guarantee أنت هنا لا تكلمني وياهو هنا أخونا قاعدين يخلقوا هنا مع ناس تانيين عايزين silence him and they want to sign Equatorial. Let's talk about South Sudan. حتى أنت قبل قلت كلام مهم جدا و I want to say أنت قلت كلام تا rally and I will tell you this is another trick using Equatorial عشان بكرة we may put them back into this. So that's why I said حاجات دي ما ترويكا قاعد نتكلم عنه ده حاجات دي كله related because they are using Equatorial وناس خواجات ده قالوا وكلام ده واحد إنه Equatorial are weak because إحنا ما showed إن عندنا charisma ولا عندنا leadership quality. We're just followers. We're just unconfident of ourselves. We're always lacking confidence. كأننا وقفنا حاجات ده صراحة انتهينا. وبكون بكرة blame to you guys, especially you guys generation بتاع لما وقت SPLA ظهر and then you want us now to be silent. ولنا بنسكت لكن نبكي يوما ما لأنه يلا جايين ورانا ما هيكونوا موجودين. They will just be lost like African American. اليوم شوف African American لا بيعرف لغة بتام لا بيعرف قبيلة زمان لا بيقى DNA حتى DNA بتاعهم بيقى بيلقوا mix مع European مع other countries ذاتهم ما عارفين هم بيقى منو. Such a word والله حزب ده قالوا كده. أنت think is this making sense to the reality هنا تحت؟ ما تقول لي امبارح ده خبر كان قاعد نتكلم حسا إيكواتوريا مصيره وين؟ ترى نزل رجعونا تاني مع جنوبين يا أخي ما كفاية. Let's focus on our home بس. Forget the others will know how to fight. نويرنا من قتلوهم هم كان نادوا إيكواتوريا تعالوا شاكلوا معنا هم برام ردوا White Army قام وعمل شكله. لكن إيكواتوريا عاوز يعمل إنه هو فيلسوف هو زول يعني زول طيب. يا أخي إنك قلت لك أنه ما كنيسة خلي كل زول يرجع بيته. That's when we focus on ourselves. لكن لما نجري ورا نازل والله إنما هنلقى شيء. I'll stop here, but go ahead. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Margo, I come and repeat that we are not here to talk just what we wanted to talk, but we are supposed to be reasoning. The fact that we are being used and all this is something that I will not talk about. That we are followers, no problem. But the reality is that we are working on what we believe in. And secondly, what I want to bring to our attention is that it is the right time for Equatorians to do what they think is right for themselves without any prejudice at all. Let Equatorians do whatever they want to do. And let us hope that one day, one time, another Equatorian come up to support the rights of Equatoria in the way they see. For us, we will keep believing that the rights of all the South Sudanese can be supported in another way. Why? Because we believe that running away is not the solution. And this, I have heard it once from Elder Odua, who said it in front of all the Equatorians. And then that is not for Kokora, because a day will come that this Kokora will not help us. But for me, I will not say that I'm not for it. This is absolutely your own right. You do whatever you want to do, and let us hope that it will bring us the safe haven all of us are aspiring for. Nobody, of course, will say no to a good thing. This is what we want to say. Sincerely speaking, this is what we need to go. And if we are talking here as people of Equatorian who believe in people's rights, let us do it, and we keep the way without pointing to ourselves. I rather say that if a brother Equatorian is doing something, I help him. And even this movement that you are talking of, the formation of Equatorian Defense Forces, I think I did say several times that if there is such a thing, you tell me and you will send me ahead there giving my support to it. Not because I want a separation, but I believe that unless people are strong enough, they will get their peace. This is my belief. Unless people are strong enough, they can get their peace. So don't worry about what I am believing in. Do what you are believing in. If you don't want to support mine, it is up to you. But it is up to me also if I want to support yours or not. So this is how it works. But the Equatorians are tribes. They are not an entity. It's not one tribe. It's not one tribe. And I gave the example that if anything good, a unity that Equatorians want to come together to defend themselves, Central Equatoria would be the only state that can work, can have that quality or that characteristics, because they speak the same language, they live in one boundary, and they are almost one nation. Yeah, but we can't see this. This alone is a threat. So thank you. I'm gonna go. It is not that I'm running from this, but as I know, I'm working, and you are working. I have to also use my time accordingly. Thank you.
I really appreciate you. CJ wanted to say something, but I really appreciate your time. Just know, don't take it personal. At the end, I don't agree with you, but I respect your point. I just wish one day you would see what we're seeing, and you stand what we stand. You stand for what we stand for. And I'm not to join us for the sake of joining. I want you to join Equatorians in heart, mind, and soul. By means, stand for what is Equatoria. Lano, we don't care about parties. We don't care who you join. You want to join Sabata, you want to join CJ, you want to join Didi, join whoever. Even Dr. Hakim Dario, anyone. Doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter, because what matters to me is the sacred land of ours. If we don't see that, well, Allah يساعدنا. لأن أنا عايز أرجع بأرض جدي، وأنا عايز أشوفهم حتى شالوا الجثث بتاعهم من ترابهم، لكن عايز أشوف مكانهم وولدوا فوقهم. It's very heartbreaking. فيتفضل سيدي. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's just just a short answer. I know it's telling you're about to go to your work. I understand. Yeah, this is just a simple question. How do you guarantee, as a regular citizen or communities, remember, we're tribes, as you have said, not the way how it is in the US. US have eliminated all those tribes and occupy their lands, those who came to this land. Today, they almost perish. The same thing we're now under existing, existential threat by any specific individuals that have ever warned you that we're coming back. Never know where those people come from. Now the question is, how could you guarantee, suppose if you get to the top of the ticket of a means to the government, if you can make it, suppose it's saying you did make it to that top, to the higher, office, nation office. How can you guarantee my land as community of Namale, for instance, and those who are in Mangala? How can you guarantee? How can you get my land back? That has been occupied. The people have gone and play a trick and occupy my land. Can you work me out, please? That is a simple question that I wanted to know. Are you going to take me to the court, address the issue as individual and as individuals, or are you going to address it as a community? And why? Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, I am an Equatorian, and me, who is talking in front of you here, at this time that we are talking, my land has been grabbed forcefully, and someone is sitting on it. I went to court. I was in South Sudan until 2014. The war of 2013 happened. I was there since 2009. I went to South Sudan, to Western Africa, and came back to South Sudan to invest in my business. And what had happened to me, a lot of you here might have known. So this question that you ask is, of course, according to what I believe in, is that even now, we can get our lands back. Until when we really fight hard to force the South Sudanese to accept a rule of law and formation of a country. Or else, if that is not happening, I believe sorry, that was, I had been distracted with the phone. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, we can hear her. Yes, we can hear you now.
You said, Lotte, just as you're answering, try to clarify when you said, let us force people to accept laws. What do you mean? Can you elaborate? How do we force the people in?
By what we now in National Salvation are doing. Let a lot of people, if you don't want to join National Salvation, form your own organization. organization. I don't want us to form tribes, ya Jamaat. Form your own organization and let us fight the government. Because by arming tribes, we are bringing a very chaotic moment in our life one day. So form your own movement. Let us join hands and fight those who want to impose lawlessness in our country. And when that comes, I believe it is not me, it is not you. Whoever can come up to sit there, he will work according to the laws. And that laws, Brother CJ, are the laws that will get you even the right of exiting and the right of taking back your rights, which is taken, and the rights, my rights that are taken. But without that, nothing will happen.
Sorry, let me cut you short. To delay, the more you delay your chance, the worse you are. That's position become more weak. Now, it's a more tariff, it seems to be recognize the ongoing regime, tribal regime. When I myself and all colleagues, as separatists supposedly, or nationalists, what we're saying that, we don't recognize that regime, the entire government, we don't recognize it. Because the way how they structure it is totally wrong. It's totally, it's really a setback. One thing is that, for instance, two people have fought. They're supposed to be, the problem of two people shouldn't be interpreted as if it is a nation's problem. This has never been established. Now, the main point that the things that lead me toward to say that, lead us to say that, the only way out is to establish a government, remove that government totally. Because if you're to build your structure on that government, that particular government, then you're a loser at the end of the day. With the ongoing group that has been recently graduated, those militia army, militiamen, war militia, who are still existing. Instead of dissolving them, they say no, let us recruit them. Those are the people who have killed Equatorians. And it's still aligned, somebody who's most wanted, who have ever killed Equatorians. How could that be reasonable without accountability? What do you expect from those people when they get to Equatoria tomorrow? Now they are going to spread them all over. Those are the people who kill Equatorians recently. Are you aware of that? Or you're clueless? Or wouldn't you wake up and take a step, my friend? Rather than mixing the issues. Leave alone, what we're saying is that our point is clear. Each of us, we are three regions. I don't believe in what's so-called states. Some of us used to be proud of the states, 10 states. What 10 states? Was Equatoria part of that 10 states when they established it? None of that had happened. So we believe in three regions. The three regions, each region has to come, prepare yourself and then organize yourself. Then we come in and take over the regimes, change the regime totally from top to the bottom right away, straightforward, and then establish a government. The best method, I can tell you, how Eritreans were fighting. Eritrea and Ethiopia. Remember, when they make a coalition and took over to take out the government, each of them take his share, and we're done. That is the simplest way, the simplest way where we can take our country back. But the way how we are thinking, aligning with an enemy, somebody who's most wanted, or a criminal, then what do you think you are? You'll be a criminal, definitely. By law, you'll be a criminal. Whoever aligns with a criminal, there's mistrust between us and those people. We've been there for 21 years. We came out with zero. So do we need to go after that? Do I need to go with somebody who have deceived me, who have turned to become a conspirator after 21 years? No, I will not follow that guy. I rather stand in my area, particularly, and keep my area, not telling my people to go to the camps and go out of the country. Then later on, it was a setback. That is not good. So there is too much to be said, my friend. So let's just leave it there. Hopefully, we made it next time. Thank you.
I just want to say something. Come on, Besit, brother Jaren Stanley. Brother Stanley, this is what I think. Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we are hearing.
Yes, I can hear you. Okay. Itano, brother Stanley, you talked about the hope of building a country with laws. Brother Stanley, what I think is, right now, Equatorians in Dakhil Junub Sudan are even struggling around uncivilized hegemons. And they are having a hard time. And because of that, brother Ajere, Equatorians, Kalana Kelim Sala National Salvation Front, Katibu rules Alkan Giafa Kef. To implement those rules will become a problem. It is like it with very fancy rules. Monkeys. Do you think they will care about those rules? You can hardly manage them in those rules. You will have to educate them. You will have to civilize them to a certain standard. But those rules are implementable. Because for a person to become a law-abiding citizen, the person has to be civilly educated. The civil education. With respect to how this civil education, they are below that margin. And that will make it very complicated as they're getting law-abiding citizens. And the fact that it mind like law-abiding citizens around you, you will not be able to create a country of laws. Unless you can, because Istiwain ma very aggressive. Mana shakil tuwali. Lakin tageni jamanasal aggressive takanjama law sagido ubunindo raya de tugita makavzar. Yala ya to law ya tagrata bugo. You see, this is just from a plain way of seeing it. And let me just give you a very simple example. I know Hasare revitalized RC Salsainu in 2018. Magi get implemented. There is no political will. These people are barbaric. They are not law-abiding citizens. That is why it doesn't matter how many laws they will never implement them. Those so many laws, so many agreements get signed, mafi get implemented. Nas that was civilly sahaba bitanas most really marhala that. For Kerenas ma imagine it again if is Australia, if Munutan again if London, Nas again yala Nas Kunindu Wahmat Kida Ferras, Mungaino, that kind of a society, Terigal Nas again mo yala Nas Gifik Regalia, we can build those kind of Junub Sudan. Mafi. I shall kira given to go to Sugalia building what is called J shall become professional in character. When those Kataraslas? Ashanzadu will be built jesh with professional characters. An individual jesh zatu lazim yitaallam to a certain level. Zeta in Uganda sakit al geribinide. Uganda zaman Museveni talam in jesh or retrench army study kulu. You have to be an S4 lever to even join what is called academy. Alta this vijeli bisumo uniform. Jesh zatu lazim yikun nas mutaalimin. Witagano jesh as a asa for West in jesh ta West they'll are properly well established. They'll nas kulu mutaalimin, they'll nas bifham fi human rights tamamam, they'll nas bifham fi rights with that citizen, and they use their skills to protect the people. How long are you going to take to build them to that level? So that kind of
country افتكر في mind تجي فكر قال يا أخي you can build there brother I want to tell you this Al Assassina I'm afraid it's just an utopia it exists في mind لأن كان بيجي قال في practicality trust me I'm back there I can assure you one thing brother Stanley تعال all the terms التعازو تركيا قال تاجو federalism تاجو كده تاجو حكومة كده ودي لك كيرو بكين قالوا you want all these things all right that's fine I'll sign it يلو بيساين يلو بكين خلاص سالتا كونجوا كلنا جا build بتاع الجواني إتا وزارة بكا فرا جوانا ليه لاني تا ما جت راستو إتا بكين قال ناس well established professional armies okay خلاص بكين قال خلاص جيب تا الناس الجريجة train armies إتا بيجيب جماعة من وين these things are not that easy majamadel mashuladel it's very complicated kakanta enda guwa fi edena kanta birata dugu mungulu shufta wipe no you don't have to wipe but take the power you with your own jesh then you manage them you put the laws then you implement you enforce the laws on them because it has all like it's a khafta but the thing is you don't have the capacity shufta kif you don't have the capacity. So as you're struggling, by the time you realize that you don't have the capacity, you go kalas. Banata Equatorians kulubika sharamit al sukari nagde yal kulubika drunkards. Yamada kutu businesses tomon yalde leabika gishtagal native. You know, mahalata businesses tomon marahat beta mushunu Equatorians sarin lizu fi reservations gini. Yani by the time you realize you go kalas. Last Kinta. This is how, at least Jerry getting new best fit Uganda and Kenya for Kibera and around Nairobi outskirts of town. This is how I visualize the country can nationally calculate things well. Shukran.
I just wanted to say something. I just wanted to say something. Can I say something, guys?
الغرفه بتاعنا ده طبعا كان سخن كده كان كلامنا ترسم الناس بيجي قال لا حاجه دي مش هاكل لكم لا يرجع باك
عشان كلام في ناس بيجري ده انا ذاته قطعت مشوار بتاعي انا ماشي فوقه وانا هكون معاك هنا لغايه ما تدخل الروم ده ان شاء الله.
شكرا الله يتقبل الله ثانك يو
brother Stanley خليك مقبنبان هنا ويتار خلينا في سيكه
Go ahead, Didi.
أنا كنت أتكلم كده. أنا أتكلم موضوع بتاع CJ وموضوع بتاع سباتا وموضوع بتاع عامل الزمن.
Sorry, Didi. I cut you off, but you can go speak if you want. I apologize.
This is just going one way, men only, and this is not right.
ما عندنا الاستطاعة وحتى.
Please interrupt.
This is just really sexist and misogyny.
استطاعة لسه. استطاعة بتاعنا بيجي من وين؟ ما استطاعة بتاعنا بيجي من الناس. يعني انت حتى انتكم نهار لما انت دايرين نقول على اساس ان دايرين كوكورا او دايرين دولة بتاعنا ما كان ناس ما جه كتير وراكم عشان يدوا السند عشان يدوا الدفاع وكده برضو الزمن ده هيطول فهو ما مشكلة بتاعت انه يا الزمن لكن مشكلة بتاعت اننا نؤمن دايرين نعمل شنو بعدين نشتغل طور سعيد عشان كده احنا قبل قلنا على اساس انه خلينا ما نسمع كلام بتاع نازل القال اي قبيله في ايكواتوريا اللي يصلح نفسه وكده ده دايرين مجموعات التنظيم يكون منظمين عشان بكره بعد بكره كان دوله اسم استوائيه ده جا بيعرفوا ده منو يا كان انفيدين بتاع السلاح جيب السلاح ده احرقه برا يا حكومه وخدت السلاح بتاع الحكومه المنمر والنظام بكتو يعني الجيش ما بيمشي بالسلاح في شوارع وحاجات ده له كده، تعالوا ماذا خليه يقع. انت انما نحارب بعد، تعالوا نحارب حكومه ده ناس، خلي الناس ينظموا نفسهم. والله انا ما ضد ان في اسرائيل دارين انفصال خالص، لانه في النهايه انا متاكد جدا على اساس كان قالوا ادوا له فرصه، كان قال النهارده في يعني حاجه اسمها شنو، وهي يجي من يعني وهي يعني معناها قوه خارقه يجي من هناك، يقول على اساس انه خليه يدوا فرصه عشان يسالوا ايكواتوريانز. اكيد يمكن بنسبه انا ما دار اقول بنسبه اكثر من 80% هيقولوا من دارين يقعدوا براهم، عشان اسباب كثيره ناس قالوا. انا متاكد ده الكلام ده، لكن ال 20% ده كمان يعني خلينا نستمع لهم، خلينا نتكلم وخلينا نشتغل سوا. الهدف بتاعنا في الاول والاخير هو الحكومه ده. الحكومه ده يعني لازم يقتلعوا من الجذور بتاعه. عشان كده انتوا شايفين يعني مشينا في كم قعدات، انما ناس القال دارين نمشي عشان سلطه، لو دارين سلطه عرضوا سلطات للناس عشان يمشوا. الناس اللي قلنا ده ما يحل الحل، دارين الجذور بتاعت المشكله يتحل. وزي ما ثبت قاعد يقول ده فعلا، عشان ما تبني دوله داير شنو يعني الناس يكونوا مستعدين. الشعب ذاته كله سيبك من التعليم، الناس يكونوا مستعدين انهم دارين دوله، يفهموا معنى بتاع الدوله شنو. ما عندنا في استوائيه ناس ما متعلمين كثير، لكن هل احنا ما بنقدر نخليهم يبقوا ناس متابعين للقانون؟ ممكن، وفي الجنوب ده برضه ممكن. So yeah, this is how يعني I look into it. انا يعني مبدا بتاعي يمكن او مبدا بتاع الناس اللي قالين دارين نكون عندنا دولة جنوب السودان ده، لأن عندنا إيمان على أساس إن الجنوبيين دول كلهم دارين حاجة كويس، دارين حاجة كويس، بس في عناصر بسيطة هم اللي ما دارين حاجة كويس. وكان بيود يعني لو الود إن الجنوبيين دول كله يلتفوا في انفصال. انتم مش شايفين هسه يا جماعه في شمال السودان الباقي ده؟ مش شفتوا البنبان اللي كان في فصل بقى قاعدين يطالبوا بانفصال؟ ليه؟ لانه باقي السودانيين كلهم التفوا قال احنا دايرين نسود، وكان قايم على اساس انه من صاحب السلطه. لكن وقت ما شافوا كله التفوا في كلام واحد، من قال لا دايرين دولتهم. ما هم خلاص ما دايرين هناك. كان بقى الزمن ده كان دايرين يمشوا، خليهم يمشوا يا اخي. كان دايرين يقعدوا وناس يقعدوا بالنظام ويحترموه. خلاصة الكلام اللي اقوله ما نضيع وقتنا باننا نقعد نناهر ولا نجي نطلع في دايرين نعمل شنو، لكن نمشي في تنظيم عملي، تنظيم كلنا نتفق. لو في قياده بتاعت اديسيوس كلنا نمشي تحت القياده بتاعت اديسيوس، وطالما كلمتنا واحد نشوفها، نكون تنظيمات القيادات عسكريه وشنو عشان يدافع عن الناس بتاعنا. ولو بقى يعني فيها نصيب خليه يجي الدوله ده وبعد كده ناس يجي يشوف يديروا كيف بنظام. لكن كان عندنا لسه دايرين يعني نقول على اساس انه يمكن جبهه الخلاص ولا يمكن ولا يمكن زول ده عشان هو ما جاء معانا هنا، عشان كده هو قاعد يعطلنا، هو قاعد يدعي هنا ده كان سيكون. No, it doesn't work like that. في ناس ثانيين يقومون بالامر. ومن القريب المسألة القريب من القريب جون جارن في البداية بتاعت الحركة بتاعه قتل الجنوبيين زي ما يقتلوا عشان وحدة السودان. لكن ايه اللي حصل؟ الجنوبيين في الاخر اجبروه، حتى ناس زي على سكي كلام قالوا من بطال ناصرية كلهم هم شاكلوا في من اجل بتاع دولة الجنوب. يعني ناس ودوه ماتوا فيه من كلام بتاع دولة الجنوب لغاية خطوه حاجة في اتفاقية. لما خطوه في اتفاقية هو يعمل شنو؟ كان عنده خيار؟ ما عنده خيار. ما ناس قال له ما خطوه حاجة في اتفاقية انما هنمشي معاكم. نفس الحكاية، ناس تعرف وحدة جنة احنا نقول له على اساسنا اننا قاعدين نحارب، وبعدين بكره بعد بكره خلي الاغلبيه يقول والله كان دارين نفرتق الدوله دي 60 دوله، الناس هيقول، لكن مش احنا نجبر ناس عشان يمشوا يعمل حاجه الفراسه في بالنا، لانه كل واحد عنده مخاوف بتاعه، وكل واحد عنده يعني رؤيه بتاعته وشايف شنو كويس وشنو بطال وكيف. شكرا.
يلا ما نعزم الدور الجاي.
Sorry, Didi, can Didi, there is understanding, and I apologize to Didi. Don't think like we are trying to be. Just when I silence a Didi,
I think it's definitely in this domination of conversation, there's a lot of misogyny and sexism going on. Because if I try to speak, people will shut me down. It's just the energy of men that are going, not listening. So you just. But if there is a pick me woman jump here to speak something out of topic, you will listen. But if there's a woman serious about Hinaida, you guys will not listen. That's the thing. Just what happened before. So I feel like I think we have to be fair. You know, when we talking women, we have to be fair, really. We have to be, mindful of when somebody's speaking, don't just force yourself in. That's the thing here. Because when some of you, when I do that to you guys get a bit sensitive and you guys get angry. But when you do that to me, you guys are fine with it. So I even run out of my thoughts. I will have to think again and come back. So thank you guys.
No, you're good.
I worry about it seriously because it's not right.
Again, we apologize. I really, because I cut the campus got no good kalam, and then everybody jumped up.
Yes. The truth is, I'll be the first one to open the room and come here and sit here, but I'll be the least person to speak.
I apologize again. I really apologize. I'm serious about that because this is not right. I just want to tell you this. So sincerely, I don't know if everybody heard me. I'm saying I'm sorry because really, the one interrupted you. I was just trying to ask something, and then I saw you speaking. So I apologize. So if you remember the question, that'd be great. That's all I'm asking. And at least thank you, Mr. Stanley, for your ability to contribute. But if anybody have any question, please go ahead. I think we put our point clear.
No, let's go to our main topic, please.
Yeah, if you can, I'm really kind of like right now I'm doing something, but just if you can say something on that, because I spoke earlier, explained something, if anyone wants to add about the Troika. I never heard from CPI. I was waiting for him to speak, really. Never even, I don't know if he's there. Anybody have a question? Beside. Yes, please go ahead.
لأنه بالطريقة بتاعي ذاته ماشي ينتهي، فأنا بس عندي تشبيه بسيط كان استضافة بتاع جنرال توماس وأخونا جنرال دينغ تونغ برضو، إنه في سؤال يتسأل إنه يا أخي أنا ما متذكر السؤال لكن متذكر الإجابة، بإنه كان بيختص برضو بنوير، فهو قال في كثيرين من السياسيين والمثقفين بتاع النوير هم يعني بيحاولوا إنه يضللوا كأبناء ذاته بتاع نوير، ويقول لهم يا أخي القتلكم ده حكومة. ذات التشبيه إننا برضو استوائيين سياسيين، ويقولوا يا أخي عدو بتاعنا في جيوان، ويعني نفس الاسم شنو نفس الحاجة لكن بمعنى ثاني. فنحن برضو أنا فخور بأنكول ستانلي، لأنه يعني عنده ميزة بتاع طولة بال، وبحاول إنه يحاور بكل احترام وكده، ده الحاجة الكويس فيه، وبيتكلم يعني عنده منطق في كلامه. لكن من برضو أنا بشيل كلام في أخونا جامبو، قال كلام يعني كان عنده معنى لي لحدود أنا عملت سكرين شوت في كلامه ده. قال نحن الانفصاليين قاعدين من مقدسات بتاعنا قاعدين نقدس الأرض والشعب، لكن من مقدسات بتاع جبهة خلاص قاعدين تقدسوا ايديولوجية بتاعكم السياسية.
أو مشروعكم السياسي. ده بيتضح في مقابلة بتاع جنرال توماس، إنه كله كلام يعني سياسة ما فيه، يعني لو في الخطابين أول اثنين استضافة بتاع جنرال توماس وجنرال برضو دينغ تونغ لأنه هو زول عسكري. الخطاب البغير أو البدينا إنه دافع إنه نحن ذاتنا يعني نتشجع، والخطاب البغير يعني إنه ده خطاب بتاع دينغ تونغ لأنه فيه كله وضح وبعيدا عن سياسة، بعيدا عن كلام دبلوماسي، خطاب متجرد من أي حاجة. في ناس بشوفوا إنه خطابه ده عاطفي، لكن لينا نحن أنا بالذات أنا بشوفه خطابه ده بغير، كان لينا كاستوائيين أو كأبناء ذاته بتاع نوير المضللين والمحتارين، وبرضه هسه قاعدين يستخدمون في الوضع في الوقت في اللي اسمه شنو اللي نحن فيه ده. فالخطاب بتاع دينغ تونغ كان خطاب كويس متجرد من اي حاجه، وده يعني خلي يعني احنا ذاتنا كشباب او كاستوائيين نركز في كلامه ده كويس، وكلامه ده ممكن يغير بس زي بتاع انه يا اخي برضه بدينا نصيحه انه يعني احنا الانفصاليين ده كلامنا ما يكون يعني في ميديا كتير، وكلام طبعا ما بغير اي حاجه، يعني احنا دايرين وجود في ارض الواقع. ده برضه يعني كلامه حقيقه، وانا ببصم على كلامه ده بيديني العشره انه يعني احنا ذاتنا كابناء بتاع الاستوائيه. اتمنى صوتي مسموع يا اثيكا، لانه انا كمان عندي مشكله في شبكه. يعني احنا ما نكون كلامنا يعني بس انه كلام من اجل الكلام، يعني احنا دايرين برضه كلامه تنفيذ على ارض الواقع. نعم في الوقت الحالي يعني احنا بنوعي ابناء بتاع استوائيه وبنقدم لهم الحل، انه حل بتاعنا انه يعني احنا نحفظ اراضينا ومستقبل بتاع اجيال بتاعنا وحتى موارد اللي قاعدين ينهبوا ده، يعني ما بانه نصارع كجمادل في سلطه. يعني احنا نصارع من اجل وجود بتاعنا، من اجل هويه بتاعنا. واظن انه كلام بتاع ساباتا يعني ما دير اي تاني اضافه بالنسبه له، خاصه في الجزء الاخير اللي هو اختتم به. يعني احنا وقت يعني احنا كاستوائيين وقت ما في صالحنا، كل ما نحن اتمعطلنا ولسه قاعدين نجري وراء اوهام بتاع وحده وحاجات الكثير بتاع جنوب ما منه اي فايده، ده وقت ما في صالحنا. يعني احنا بنجي نخلع انه ذاته لا بقينا لا عندنا استوائيه بتاعنا ده اللي نحن موجودين فيه، ولا حتى الجنوب اللي في بعض مننا هم اقليه بيؤمنوا به انه يكون واحد في ظل انه جنوب واحد. فثلاثه خطابات بتاع او خطابين بتاع جنرال توماس وجنرال دينغ تونغ مقارنه كده بين الاثنين ديل، زي انا ما قلت الخطاب بتاع دينغ تونغ كان يعني خطاب الأقوى. في بعض الناس زي أنا ما قلت برضو بشوفوا إنه كلام ده عاطفي وكلام بتاع زول زعلان، زي ما برضو في يعني إحنا هنا أخواننا للأسف قاعدين يقولوا يا أخي يعني إحنا عاطفيين، يعني إحنا الانفصاليين ده وما أعرف كم من استخفاف بينا واستهتار وبضحكوا فينا، وهم عارفين إنه حتى برضو لو أنا قاعد أركز كثير طبعا مع كلام دينغ تونغ إنه يا أخي ناس اللي بقولوا حقيقة وناس الشارع اللي بكون دغري دائما كلمة الحق ناسه بكونوا بساط، برضه هو يعني ذكر. ويعني إحنا برضه من كلام جنرال توماس يعني إحنا ذكرنا إنه يا أخي انفصاليين ده مجموعة بسيطة من في استوائية. يعني إحنا النبض بتاع استوائية تقدر تقيس شارع الاستواء تقيسه بأصوات بتاع انفصاليين. أنا ده مواطن لا سياسي ولا يوم مارست سياسة ولا قاعد أحب سياسة، أنا مواطن عادي شاب من أبناء بتاع استوائية حريص على بلد بتاعي، على أرض بتاعي، على مستقبل أبناء بتاعنا، مستقبل شعبنا في المستقبل. فده المقياس الحقيقي للشارع الاستوائي. يعني إحنا الانفصاليين يعني إحنا ما مجموعة بسيطة زي ما جنرال توماس قال، يعني إحنا آلاف وملايين في استوائية، يعني إحنا الشارع النابض بالنسبة للشعب الاستوائي. شكرا.
يا اخواني الفوق، صباح الخير. ممكن تدوني فرصة؟ انا جيت في شغل وجاي نبدأ وقلت بس نتكلم حبة. ممكن يا اختي ديدي واخوي اوديسيوس؟
Yeah, you hear me? Go ahead. Hasneen.
السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم يا شباب، ناس الفوق وناس التحت كلهم.
وعليكم السلام حسينية، ويلكم.
المهم أنا مرات بننزف من جوا لما يكون في تعقيد عن احنا كلنا المناضلين وشايفين الخطأ، إنه الخطر أكثر من إنك أنت تكون سياسي ولا تكون مثلا إنسان بتتكلم كويس ولا ما بتتكلم كويس. الخطر الحسي فينا قدامنا يعني خطر كبير جدا جدا، سواء كان أنت انفصالي ولا أنت مواطن ساكت ولا أنت عندك حسب. ده ما زمن انت بتلقط في كلام بتاع زول مثلا انتوا معاه في نفس الخط كلكم بتنزفوا وتجي تتكلم عنه، لانه احنا فالحين نلقطوا الكلام. يعني حاجه الزول مصطلح، حتى مصطلح صغير بس نشرب خلاص اي زول بيبيك اب وببدأ بيتكلم عنه. جنرال توماس سيريلو كتر خيره لأنه أول زول فتح بتاع الإكواتوريين طلع وقال لكم في حاجة خطر جاي، حتى من بعد جاي انفصال، وحتى من بعد المواطنين قال أيوة احنا عندنا ناس بيتكلموا كانوا خايفين بدوا يطلعوا بدوا يتكلموا، ما إنه ما عندنا القدرة عشان نتكلم. لكن أنا دائما بكون منجرح، يعني أنا بشوفه زي ده أن إحنا بنحفز لهنا نضال بعض، يعني ما بنقدروا نضال بعض. يعني إحنا كلنا سمينا كلام الكانتو مثلا قالوا ما تأندمين الانفصاليين دون ده حق من حقوقهم. أي زول بيطلع بطريقة بتاعه، لكن في النهاية الأجندة واحد، كلنا دارين راحة لينا نحن في الاستوائية، كلنا دارين حرية، ما في زول دار يعيش يعني في الانتهاكات اللي قاعد يحصل حسي. تمام، لكن الواحد بيتوجع لما نيجي يسمع من زول مثلا استوائي، لأنه زول استوائي تومي اللي بيفكر كويس وبيفكر لأجياله وبيفكر لأمه وأخوه وأخته اللي قاعدين يغتصبوه وأخوه اللي قاعدين يقتلوه كل يوم، ما بيجري ورا كلام مثلا من فلت من غير قصد، بتتكلم نيابة عن الوجع القاعد يحصل وانت داير حل. لما تيجي تقارن لي نفرين دي تقعد تقارن لي حاجات ناس بتاع مناصب مثلا، لأنه الناس دي ممكن واحد قال لك أنا الدولة ده كان طلع نقدر أكون كده، لكن كان أنت مواطن صحيح أنا بشوف نفسي هسه أنا قاعد كيف. أنا بشوف أمي هسه قاعد كيف. هل عنده فرصة يمشي يزرع؟ شبابنا قاعدين كيف؟ هل عندهم فرص زي باقي ناس عندهم فرص؟ بيمشوا مدارس، بيمشوا أشغالهم من غير انتهاكيات، من غير أي حاجة. ما تسيسوا الكلام وتجي تقول أنا ما قاعد نسيسوا الكلام. أنا بختفي بكده. أنا ما ضد زول ولا حناي، لكن احنا قررنا إنه لازم نناي we have to support each other، لأنه قضيتنا واحدة. قضيتنا أساس إنه نحن كلنا دايرين عدالة، لكن لما تسيسوها ده برجعنا ورا في زمن بتاع ريفرندوم. خفلتوا الجنوبين كله، لكن في النهاية جبيقة حاجة different. So you guys better be careful لما تتكلموا. الناس دي الموجوعة بتنزف من جوا، ده ما كلام سهل. انفصاليين منو كان هم كلهم استواء، ده كله أبناء بتاع استواء وكلهم في وجه واحد، وأنا بختفي بكده. شكرا.
Thank you. Asnia, I want to say we're going to wrap up. Unfortunately, we have to wrap up. So I want to give a chance. Last word to Didi. CPA, I never heard from you. I don't know even time, but time is running out. We've been 11 hours. So let Didi, if you can put your final thoughts. I appreciate everybody who spoke. I think next time. Didi, please.
No, I think I'm done for the day. You guys can finish it. Give it to CJ. Anybody, you guys can wrap it up.
Okay, I just said to you, but if not, then let me just end this. Guys, thank you. I'm not going to give any more to anyone. Just trying to say I appreciate your time. We've been speaking here for a while. There's a lot of things we have to go through. But one thing I want to say that the constructing Troika's statement was clearly that this statement is fake. That's how I can prove it. And then McQueen, of course, is always this McQueen. There's nothing new about him. If you never heard us earlier, you can go back and hear it. And I just wish Equatorian would wake up. Some Equatorians who want to be united with so-called South Sudan. Let's focus on our home first. There's nothing called unity. It's dead already. And it died the day that SPLM took over, when all the Dinka were quiet. And I'll be honest, the Dinka be honest with themselves. You cannot come and say, oh, you guys separatists are radical. We're not radical. We are militant for our right. And we believe in our land, our people. If you don't get it yet, well, good luck, because you don't have a land. Because for us, we have a land. You cannot come in my home and call yourself Dinka Madi, Dinka what, and this is not right. And then you kill Nuer and you'll be saying like, no, 1991. You can't even say I'm sorry. You can't even sympathize with people who are getting killed and raped by the same community. The majority of your people is there, killing our people, raping, murdering. So I'll stop here until next time, and we'll talk later. Thank you, and good night. Oh, good morning to you guys, wherever you are. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Thank you, Odysseus.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
We meet in another session. Bye.
Guys, I apologize. I ended the clubhouse there, but also I want to say thank you for those in Facebook. Until next time, I'll just play this music and then we finalize. Okay? Have a great day.
Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 yeah. Na 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 na. Anina wa, anina sawa. Oh yeah. Anina iko tori. Na sawa. Anina iko tori. Bele dwahe. Anina iko tori. Anena, nina ikotorie. Oh yeah, kanita miniambio, kanita mintori, weleta minjuba, yeah. Anena ikotorie, keresia sama kesi manena. Yeah. We strong, we stand together. Yeah. Kanina gulu wahi, ikotoria birapa. yapigwa pijama, Hassan Bellet na biraba. So give us pen, don't give us guns. Oh yeah, give us ipanagule. Oh yeah, anina ikotori. Nasawa, anina ikotori. Bellet wahid, anina ikotori. Anina ikotori. Oh yeah, kanita zande, kanita mai, au kukuye, anina ikotori. Kelele na hivyo nefusina, kebili ya kede maferiganina. Salam wa sahaba, behaja derino, Hassan Bellet na biraba, arif mabisaido. So give us pen, don't give us guns. Give us ipanagule. Anina ikotori. Nasawa, anina ikotori. Bellet wahid, anina ikotori. Anina ikotori.
Nina kulu sawa jama. So my panan gala. I love my people and I'm the voice.
Ajoli ya buga ya baka, Epoti ya balanda mare, Kapuwa kini kukuku, Lambo lugoya, Ajoli kukusa mundu, Nyangara mure made, Mundare, Nyangara, Kutumu mare makutudo, Lugara bunga ya lobe, Lulu kukusa,
Mundo,
Nare,
Anina kulu nasi sawa. Magi hata bigesi manena, siasa mabigesi manena, anina wahi.
I know we spent time in this, but I appreciate you. We went to a topic that's supposed to be spoken, and then later we diverted a little bit, but it's all good. Hopefully people who are listening and reading, watching later, they will listen to the point. Until next time, God bless. Like we say, Equatoria is our land, our freedom, our Equatoria, our land, our people, our power. And we always say, either our land or death, freedom or death, no other option, liberty or death. And this is what we put as a motto for us as Equatorian separatists. I know some people say we're talking, but as we talk, we also have action behind the scene. I know it's not easy. We have seen so many challenges, betrayal. We have seen also infiltration, enemies everywhere. But the good thing, we stand our position. Even if we are few, we're stronger because we are fighting for our people back home. Those back home, stay strong, stay safe, and fight back. Resist against any tyranny. Even it will cost you, at least you will be remembered in history that you fought back. You're a man. You're a great woman. Don't let your people be enslaved or undermined. Thank you until next time. Bye for now.